time. I'm really not ready.
Hello! Welcome to another episode of Liftswon Institute. Apologies for the late start. We were having a moment beforehand talking about some things. Uh, just normal stuff. Just totally normal conversations. Uh, I'm going to be your dungeon master for tonight as we return back to the lovely Liftswon Institute. We're starting with our opening announcements. Thank you to our favorite goose and character artist Mackie, who is in today's stream. Woo!
That I am.
Yay!
You're welcome.
You might see some cool art by Mackie on some of the maps. Who knows? Um, Also, shout out to Carly for these amazing tiles. Carly created the logo and made these amazing tile overlays. You can find them at Cinderheart Studios. Thank you to Lykel for this amazing background. A really great city, the city that you all are in right now, where your school is. Thank you to our other artists, Maps by Che and PQ. We might have some music by Arcane Anthems and Tuber Songs if we get around to it. And I believe that is it for artists. Lastly, thank you, all of our amazing viewers who join us every day to watch this nonsense, this amazing, crazy world that's happening where everything works on a schedule. Uh, so thank you for joining us. Check us out in our moderated Twitch chat where you can talk to everyone else, hang out, vibe, put memes, which is what we usually do. Secondary announcement, our D&D donation abilities. For $1 or 100 bits, you can grant guidance or a +1 to a player's rolls. For $3 or 300 bits, this is a D6 or inspiration to a player's rolls. And for $10 or 1,000 bits, new character who dis, grant a custom NPC for the stream. We might not be able to do that depending on how long this game goes on. I don't know with you all anymore. I don't know how long things are going to be. I can't. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're super long.
Well, I mean, we won't be threatening a professor.
Speaking of, unfortunately, Izzy cannot join us tonight as they are busy with other things. Mainly cool. They're just too cool for us, and it's fine. I understand. Izzy's too cool to hang out.
Izzy's pretty damn cool.
Izzy's too cool to hang out with us.
It's okay. You got the cool twin with you.
We love and miss you, Izzy.
Sobbing. Your cam is doing a thing.
Why is everyone... It's my turn tonight.
There, I fixed it. The button does work. There's a button that fixes that. I found it.
Oh.
Got rid of it. I believe that is all of our announcements. Do we have any scheduled shenanigans that need to happen?
I just accidentally changed my background. Or changed the lights in my room.
Very necessary.
Actually, we need to talk about fanfiction.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No. You get that out of here. Alrighty. If that is it, we will start with a previously on. So last episode, the party had our lovely students had just finished their last two courses of the day. One of those courses was a little wild, with the teacher coming in about 14 minutes late and clearly having committed a crime as the guards were hot on their tail. There was some back and forth between the Professor Paradise, and Salem on blackmailing and perhaps a small round of combat over said blackmail, and the stolen item that had been procured by the Professor, a small flower. Now, with the students having to move on to their next classes and going their separate ways into either arcane or combat courses, enchantment, or patron bonding, each of the students have already completed the final class of the day, and are moving their way on to dinner.
Oh.
So, each of you have just finished up your last class of the day. Your professors are letting you close things up. Cornelius and Eugene, you see that Lady Von Stein, at the end of your class, pauses for a moment and collapses the two classrooms together. And so a bunch of students are now sitting next to each other that weren't in the class before. But you and Eugene, you and Cornelius are now sitting next to each other as the only people not squished together from the rooms collapsing.
Hi. Uh, how was
Hello.
your class?
It was pretty good. I learned a new spell.
Well, I wish I could do that. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I learned a little more about why I get what I do, I guess.
You get what you do. What do you do? I don't think I figured that out yet.
Just a little bit of magic. Not quite my stuff. It's more like my brother's stuff, and I feel like I mooch off of it sometimes. But I get power. I guess it's kind of cool.
Is there something I can roll to figure out that roundabout way was referring to being a warlock?
Yes, you can. You can make an Arcana check. That is going to be a pretty low DC.
Well, that's good because I got an 8 and nat 1.
Oof! It is a DC 5 because you warlocks are not hard to fully understand. Oh, it takes you a brief moment to just kind of understand what they were saying. It was the most roundabout way you've ever heard someone say they're a warlock.
Yeah.
So it was a little confusing for you to just go, and it's not yours, but you're okay. Oh, you're a okay.
I'll figure it out by supper time.
But you are able to catch that after a moment of just like, okay, it's warlock magic, not wizardry or sorcery.
Yeah.
I saw that Laura took your books last after the last class that you were in. Did you want help with that?
Sure, that would be wonderful. They're a little heavy.
Okay. Sure. Which ones are they? The these right here, or the big ones?
Yep, the big ones.
Okay, and I'm going to pick them up if they're not too heavy.
Not for you. I mean, they're a little dense, definitely,
Okay.
but they're not super heavy. For you, they're not too heavy. They're perhaps
Okay.
maybe you think they might be a little heavy for someone Eugene's. I mean, not Eugene. Cornelius's size. You're huge.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll just pick them up. Pick up my stuff. Uh, did Thursday come into class with me?
Yeah. So Thursday follows you into every classroom.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of, reach down, give her quick little scritches under the jaw, and then.
She is chewing on a little bone fish. You know that Lady Von Stein likes to give Thursday snacks every class. Because it's very fun. She is also, they kind of have a little moment where she scratches her with her own skeleton hands. It's just like
Aw.
she always gives her a little skeleton fish to chew on.
Uh, Um, um, Lady Lonstein, thank you again. Um, Thursday really likes her snacks.
Of course, take care of your companions. They can be with you for life and after.
Hmm. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Ready to go?
Yep. Should we beat up with Wilret?
Yeah. Let's see if we can find them. Yeah.
So Wilret, you were out on the field training. You had to do a couple of laps for apparently someone ratted on you and said that you were hanging out with magic kids. So the general was not particularly excited about that and had you running laps for a disgustingly long amount of time. Your class is about an hour, and for 45 minutes of it, you were just running.
Sounds about right.
Uh, and he's just like standing off. And then after that, you were allowed to actually do some basic training for about 15 minutes before class ended. And he is waiting for you as everyone is leaving. He just kind of like nods to each person who walks by and then like puts his arm out to stop you.
Yeah, so I probably wouldn't like because I get the feeling that I might be expected to continue until he specifically tells me I can stop
No,
doing
you had
like
been
basic
told to stop.
maneuvers. Okay.
So generally, most classes he will have you go whenever. The only class is the last day purely because you have to be at dinner. Although lunch and breakfast are voluntary, but dinner is required. So regardless of if he wants you there or not, you have to go to dinner.
Yeah, I'll stop then when he stops me.
Just go. I hope the exercise you got today will teach you to perhaps move your legs when magic users are around.
They just kind of sat where I was sitting at breakfast.
And you didn't move or find another seat?
The only other spot was next to oh fuck, what's her name? Bitchy McBitch.
Rebecca Diamond.
The other spot was next to Rebecca Rich Family Bullshit, which I felt was the worser of the two evils.
I suppose I can give you some leniency for that, but I'll be
I
keeping an
did
eye on you.
hit her in the face with a pie, if that makes you feel better.
It does. But that's not the only thing you did today. Someone told me you had a very interesting botany class.
Which one was botany? Oh, that
That
one.
was
The first class.
the first
That I
class of the
used
day.
magic. Yeah.
Yeah, where you use magic.
I tried. I did not mean for that to happen. It just kind of slipped out. Sorry.
See that it doesn't happen again.
I will.
And then he lets you move.
Okay. I will, because I can't skip dinner. I will head to dinner.
Yeah, you can skip. The school is very lenient on. You can skip breakfast. You can skip lunch. Nobody cares. But dinner is a requirement. And you have to, if you're at dinner, you have to either be in your uniform or formal clothing. No pajamas, no relaxing clothes. Your dinner is the one formal meal.
Okay, yeah, I will go. I mean, I'll still be in my uniform, but like slightly disheveled.
That is allowed.
Yeah. So I'll just head to the hall.
Eugene and Cornelius, were you two trying to meet up with Wilret on his way to dinner?
Yeah, probably. Because
Yeah.
our class is a little bit close.
Yes, they're actually right next to each other. So he would be coming out of this building, and you are one building next to each other. There's maybe a small courtyard with trees that separates you.
So I'm
Yeah.
assuming we'd probably.
I don't know that their teacher doesn't like me, so I'll head that way.
Yeah. No clue.
Are you trying to meet him before he gets out of class? Like right as he's stepping out? Because it's much faster for you to go than it is for Wilret because of the whole like floating platform that's a little precarious to walk across.
Yeah, probably we'd like right around there.
So yeah, Wilret, you step out and you see General Warmer is behind you, and you see your friends just waiting for you.
Uh, I'm gonna kind of look over to them. Can I try and roll a like stealth check to like shake my head?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Please don't fuck me, Halloween die. Ooh, okay. So 17 plus 4 is 18, 19, 21.
Cool. So that definitely passes against this too.
Oh no,
I'm a DM. It's back.
it's back.
The
Yeah.
DM dice.
So yeah, you can see General Weimer he's turned his head to yell at another student. What was their name? Elwin, the sort of bard in your class who seems to have just like, despite having magic, very much enjoys like juggling swords and knives, and he is just turning to yell at them and go, not outside of the Colosseum. You know you can't just throw knives around. So they are not paying attention right now.
Cool. I will just kind of look at them and I mean, I don't want to get caught talking to them because I don't want them to get in trouble. But I will definitely like shake my head and like just keep walking.
What? Do you think that might be?
Do we know enough about this teacher to figure what that means?
Would either of you go near? Well, you might, Cornelius, since you did have to do the like running course on your first day. Would you actually? You might. Both of you make insight checks actually for me.
Insight. Ooh,
Off to a great start today. That's a 5.
Ooh.
Oof.
Off to a fantastic start. That's a nat 1 to total of 5.
No.
I mean, you're not entirely sure what that's about. General Weimer is kind of rough around the edges, but he seems like that for everyone. So maybe they're just mean.
We're just not want to sit with us for dinner today.
I guess not. We'll just go ahead then.
Okay. I'll still sit with you. I don't mind.
Okay. The table's kind of small, but yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, unless you have a big table, I don't mind sitting at one.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
I'm gonna give one last little glance towards Wilret in confusion and carry on towards dinner.
Alrighty, well, right, your friends kind of look at you in sort of like a weird confusion slash hurt, but move on.
Mm-hmm. As I walk to dinner, I'm gonna take out one of my like notebooks or whatever, and just write like a quick note that says along the lines of like, couldn't talk to you in front of General. Try and catch you later. And I'm gonna hold it to like pretty much like bump into them at dinner, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys all make your way to the dining room, the dining hall.
I guess if they're behind me, right? Like walking
Uh,
sort of behind me.
I guess, yeah, they would be a little, because you walked off already, so they would be a little behind you.
Oh, so I'm just gonna like drop the note behind me, like have it folded up and like drop it behind me since they're kind of behind me.
Are you doing this pretty obviously or stealthily?
I don't want them to not see it, but I don't want to get in trouble with the generals. Never mind. I'll do my original plan.
I will let you know, because I have been rolling for the general and Elwyn. They are in a heated discussion. Elwyn has pulled out a large ball right now and is currently like balancing on top of it on one foot. And is sort of like throwing knives in the air, and the general looks just
Oh my god.
upset. He looks more upset than you've ever seen him. He looks stressed.
Oh my god.
Okay, then I will, knowing that he's distracted, I'll look over my shoulder at them, try and make eye contact with one of them, and then drop the note on the ground.
It sure as hell ain't me. I don't do eye contact, honey.
Prolonged eye contact.
Prolonged eye contact.
So are you trying to make eye contact then with Cornelius? Or
Yeah. With Cornelius then, since...
All right. Do I have to roll anything to catch that or nah?
Nah, I mean, just where do you think you would be looking at Wilret as they walk away, or were you?
Yeah, I thought they're my new friend, so probably every now and then.
Then yeah, you definitely catch that. You see that they look at you, drop a note.
Okay, I will pick it up, give it a read over, and then pass it over to Eugene.
Okay. So they do want to sit with us, but it's point of the professor thing. Professor, sir, soldier.
I guess they don't like us.
I
Not Wilret, the teacher.
I kind of hope that Laura likes us. I like them. They're cool.
If they didn't, I don't think they would have wrote the note.
Okay. Dinner it is. Okay. I'm just gonna keep scurrying off.
So cute. Yeah. So you all managed to make it to the dining hall. Wilret, you get there maybe 2 minutes before the others. 1 to 2 minutes ahead of them.
Okay, I will kind of like hang by the door for a moment. And when I see them walk in, I will kind of like go in front and more or less elbow people out of the way so they can get food too.
Okay. You see that
like...
the when you get there, the local there's a spot where most students kind of lurk right outside, which is just like the usual the edgy teens who are just like hunched over with hoods on, or that's also where Daniel lurks, and you see he is not there. Daniel Willa. He is not in his usual lurking spot right outside of the dining hall.
Oh, that was the bully, right?
That was the bully.
That's not good. Okay.
Villain origin stories, people.
But yeah, you are able to get in there before they do. Cornelius and Eugene, you guys arrive pretty quickly after Wilret.
Okay. Do you think they still have the the bad food options, or do you think they took action really quickly?
know. Maybe we can just look.
That's true. That's probably a good idea.
Giving a quick glance at the food spread, it looking around, just a brief glance shows that there's real food. Finally,
Oh, thank God.
like there's still the same level of like fancy vegetarian food, but there is now just as much fancy like meat heavy foods, or not even just meat. Like there's a very nice like chowder, like a clam chowder. There's a like a very cool, well cut like king sized crab that's holding up like two bowls of soup. Like there is now, it's the same level of fancy food. There's just more variety. It's not all vegetables.
Thank God.
You do see that there is as so it starts with like purely vegetables, sort of mixes in with fishes, and then starts going over to like steak meals, beef stews, raviolis, pastas, and then at the very end, sort of separated from other, is the more unusual foods that are maybe specific to each student, like to one or two students instead of the general population, like food for vampires, which it doesn't look like just goblets of blood. More like some of them look like tiny little like steaks or like little bowls of jello. So you're like, don't. At least they've cleaned it up to make it look like actual food. But there's just as much now unusual meals as there are like actual food. At the end is like, yeah, that's where that is. There's a small bowl of what looks a like plate with what looks like a glowing steak. Like it is slightly transparent and like glowing and pulsing a slight blue.
Go steak.
But it is not. It specifically says do not eat soul food.
Oh,
Behind it is a little jambalaya with like the same blue glow for
Amazing.
soul food.
How dare you? I have to go now. Yeah, I'll get in line in front of those two, and I will kind of like make sure elbow people away enough so they actually get food and don't have to fight for food.
There's also more food. Like before, there was less food purely because there were less meat options. There's now ample amount for every student because they've no longer like relegated it to there's two meat meals and the rest are all vegetables. There's now a large just spread of foods, and each time someone grabs a plate, another one pops in with the exact same meal.
I would load up on protein and carbs.
There's some very good like steak and cheese pastas. There's garlic bread. There is a
Oh, for sure. I have like half a loaf of garlic bread and like a steak.
they have not the like regular slices, but you know when garlic bread comes in that like kind of like boat baguette size where it's just half like a baguette cut in half and that's just all garlic bread.
Oh yeah, I'll take half a baguette then.
Just
Like
half
the
it out.
entire
probably
one half.
like see that and then take the other half.
You guys both grab it and then a new one pops in.
And then there's like one piece of broccoli.
Nice.
Just meat.
And then Cornelius, you are also grabbing food.
Yep.
Perfect.
Any kind of like cheese and berries.
There is a much nicer spread of like cheeses and fruits now, where it is like just of again they always every meal have a charcuterie board with just like meat like cheese cut into the shape of a rose, flowers spread and like fruits, edible flowers, and then the fruits with them spread about. There is also like a small little bowl with tiny like cube-sized cheese wrapped like stuffed inside of a grape, along with a couple of like olives and just extra meals and like small the hard like Italian breadsticks.
Gotcha.
just
I am filling a tiny plate up with that kind of stuff.
They also have different sized plates now, you notice, as opposed to just the regular elf-sized plates. There are now plates that are sized for each species.
Important question. Do they have refined chicken tendies?
Refined chicken tendies.
Shaped like dinosaurs.
You do see that there are, you do see that there are like tiny little breaded chicken meals in the shape of small animals crawling around on plates.
Oh my God, I'm gonna pick up some of those.
There's a small forest of like broccoli and cauliflower and celery stalks, and then inside of it, like walking through, are chicken
That's the
tender
only
animals.
way you're ever getting me to eat vegetables, and I'm doing it.
Amazing. Yeah, I want to go to the small person table.
There's a barbecue sauce waterfall, by the way, in that
How
meal.
dare you? Stop saying
Love
things to me
that.
that I want.
Magic's not real, so we can't have these foods.
And then I'm also probably gonna get some fish on my plate, and then like very carefully just start deboning it as I'm walking, to the table, just like as best of my ability, with the books like tucked under my arm.
Thursday has been the loudest ever just next to you. She's so, you know, when cats are just hungry and see that you have food and it's just yowling.
I'm working on it.
Ah,
I got it. I'm doing it right now.
ah,
I will.
ah,
Okay.
ah,
Okay. Okay.
ah.
Okay.
It's a small back and forth you're having with your skeleton cat, and she's like, please. She's doing that despite not actually having eyes or facial features. She's somehow pouting. She's doing a
Yeah.
tiny pouty face, where she's like, I need food.
Yeah. I can. It's something that I've picked up on, and I'm just like, I know. I know.
Uh, skin and
I'm just going to
bones.
sit down.
But yeah, you all sit
Literally
down.
bones.
Exactly, I need food. But yeah, you all manage. You sit down. The smaller table is there. It seems it's pretty empty, as most of the others have just are still hanging out at the buffet, grabbing, just adding on to plates of food. You see, one student seems to be testing how many times they can grab the same amount of food before it goes away. You see, they grab about 5 before, instead of the food, a hand appears and just smacks their own hand, and they just
Amazing.
go okay, and they walk away
Don't
with that.
waste food,
That's
damn it. I'm gonna sit with like a seat separating like us.
Make a perception check for me.
Yep. Oh wow, 20.
20. So yeah, you take a seat, separating you from your friends, and looking around, you're trying to see who snitched on you. Who said who
Yeah.
told the general that you would, one, cast magic, and two, were hanging out with magical people. And you see there is one person staring at you. They've got their eye kind of like side-eyeing you. It is one of the sixth years. One of the older students who is an asshole is the nicest way to put it. He's a narc. He's got about like he wears all white robes with like long flowing blonde hair. He carries around a great sword. And he sort of, instead of walking, he kind of floats everywhere he goes. And he is a bit of a suck up. Despite being in General Weimer's class, General Weimer's not a big fan of him purely because he's magic and combat. He's a paladin, so he usually uses like magic and his smites to do attacks, and the general is not a fan of that. But he is also
Um,
known to rat people out purely for his own personal gain.
can I make an insight check on the likelihood of me being able to kick this kid's ass?
Yep, go ahead. Make an insight check with that.
Oh, that's
Oh,
an
sure.
18.
You're not. It's difficult. You think you could probably beat him in a brute strength fight. If it were just brute strength, you think you could probably do it. But the fact that he has magic really changes things up. You have seen him, despite General Weimar's protesting, you've seen him use his magic to absolutely like charge his sword and just decimate things with radiant energy. So you're not sure if he wasn't using magic, you think you could probably take him.
Okay.
But you also know, I will say, make what was your insight check again? 18?
18. Mm-hmm.
Let me see how much this is public knowledge. Ooh, nice. He is currently on probation with that in with his low roll. He has gotten in trouble in multiple courses for using magic outside of the recommended areas as a combatant, and also a lot of teachers are not fond of the fact that he is causing problems in their class. So he's been put on probation now twice. And if he gets a third strike, he will not graduate.
Ooh,
So you
okay.
think either you could, if you can get him in trouble, he might not be allowed to graduate.
Okay.
So you think you might be able to get away with something.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
And you two, what are you doing?
Just heading down to eat.
Yeah, I have my food. Are there any rumors in the school that teachers listen in to spells like message and sending and that kind of thing?
There are no rumors on that. of teachers listening in on spells. Most of the professors try and keep themselves separate from the students. The schools kind of vary. You're on your own. If you're not inside of a classroom, are usually the rules. If you're not in a classroom or inside of your dorms, the teachers don't care what you're doing, as long as it is not against school rules or dangerous to another student.
Okay, I'll just cast message to Wilret and say, got your note. Noted. We'll keep our distance. Sorry about that.
I will respond with cat.
Cat.
With not your fault. Someone's watching me. Talk later. So that's how I will respond.
And are there any classes later, or is dinner
No.
and then you're done for the day?
Yeah, it is dinner and then you are done for the day. So once dinner is over, students have about so dinner is at around 7 p.m. and then you're allowed to do whatever you want until that is on campus until curfew, which is at 10 p.m. Curfew extends to 11 p.m. for 5th and 6th years.
And
Yeah,
what time do I usually meet the general?
after classes?
Yeah, because do I have like early morning training?
He usually has you pop in at early morning training at around 6 a.m., 5 to 6
Okay.
a.m., which is
Cool.
not technically allowed, but no one's going to fight him on it
Right.
because he has
Okay.
made it clear that this is how he runs his classes.
Good to know.
But yeah, so dinner is happening. You don't see Salem. I will say Salem is not with you. And more like without a roll, Wilret, you didn't see Salem even though you would have had to have passed them just to leave your class.
Right. Oh shit.
Actually,
Can I do like a perception check around?
yeah. Perception check for anyone looking for Salem.
Yeah, I'd probably look.
Oh man, I'm on a roll tonight. Shit.
I am not. That's
Oh.
another 5.
Oh,
Dirty 20.
13.
All right. So, Cornelius with the 5. It's hard to see over other students just by size alone. It is a little bit difficult for you to like look over them to find someone else. You usually try and like look for feet and ankles. And that is you don't see Salem. For you two, you guys don't see Salem either, but you also don't see Daniel or Rebecca.
Hmm.
But you don't spot Salem anywhere in the crowd. You don't see them at the buffet or at any of the tables or hanging out near the door.
Oh, that's
We do see Wilret's brother
Oh,
and
yes.
friend.
Wilred's
Okay.
brother and his friends are sitting at another table with a couple of other first years.
All right, good.
I will say, Wilred, you do see your brother is having a great time. He's having like real food again. Since this is his first year, he's never really had a chance to like eat the school food yet. So he's been eating purely just vegetable food for the past few weeks, and he looks so excited to just have like a full meal.
For sure. I will just really quickly get up and go to like where there's desserts and just grab like the best one.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you
And
grab
I'll just like drop it off at his table.
There is a chocolate lava cake shaped like an actual volcano, and it's got little fudge coming out with whipped
Yeah.
cream and smoke.
I'll grab one for me and one for him, and I won't say anything. I'll just like walk by and drop it off.
Nice. I will also
And
say,
just get back.
Lucian is eating that glowing blue food you saw earlier, marked soul food.
Interesting.
He is not eating regular food.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
You also see the same. Well, Eugene, you don't see that just because you're not that close, but you do see that they are. That Burden and Lucian are sitting at a table along with the two twins from the alchemy class. They are sharing a
Nice.
tiny little margarita pizza.
Love that.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'll just drop it and go. Won't say anything to him or bother him.
He
Just
just
like,
goes, "Oh, where you? Oh, that looks delicious."
and just head back over to my table.
Nice. After, or at least a couple minutes in, about 10 minutes into dinner, you all hear a soft chime, not in your ears, but in your mind. Which yeah, each of you have already been to the school, so you know that is usually when the headmistress speaks. It is never, and whenever there's a school-wide announcements for the headmistress, she puts a soft chime into people's mind before sending a message.
Hmm.
Which says, "Attention, students. If you are all seated at the dining hall, I want you to know that we have a couple of announcements. First, detention is currently being served from dinner time to curfew. So if you should be in detention, please make your way over to the main hall. You will receive another detention if you skip this one. Other news: meal times have been fixed. There will now be appropriate foods for each student to have whenever they need to eat. If you have any complaints about food, please bring them up with Dr. Shaw, as she will ensure that your meals are well and balanced." And the final announcement, which I'm sure will have all students in an excited flurry: we are bringing back the Blaze God tournament. You hear just like 6 years ago, just gasp audibly. She goes, "Now, for those of you new to the school who may not know about this, it is a tournament we hold for all years save for first and primary. Students may join in groups of 3 or more. It is a tournament of wills, of strength, of endurance. What are your personal growths? What can you bring to the table, to a party even? And this year, the winners of this illustrious tournament will get, and I'm sure you're all excited for this, access to one wish spell. That is all." And there's soft chime in your head again, and then silence. And the hall has just broken out into whispers and conversations.
Ah, did they just say what I think they just said? Oh, wish
Which
spell.
part? Tournament? Oh, wish spell. Yeah, I heard that too.
Um,
Oh shit.
I also heard something about detention, so that could be where our friend Salem is. You know.
it might be. I'm trying to blackmail a teacher. Does that to you? Um.
Oh, one other announcement I forgot to make. You're another
Boo
just
boo.
boop boop. Also, as an addition, alchemy classes will currently be suspended for the next week as we are looking for a replacement professor.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
I tried to not get. Oh.
Well,
That would have happened
I
before the wish thing. I forgot about that part. It's in my notes. I just didn't say it.
I would have gone. I tried to go back and get the professor. Not to have that happen to them.
Well,
But I
don't
guess
blame yourself.
anyways.
Don't blame yourself. It was their mistake.
Well, if I had been a little more persuasive, I guess maybe it would have been okay.
Hmm.
Uh,
So did you have something you wanted to do with a wish spell? You got pretty excited about that.
no, not particularly. I just I don't know. It would be a useful thing to have, for sure. And there are some questions unanswered in my life. I guess. I don't know what I'd use it for. I I'm more scared than anything. Instead of trying to compete or win, that my older brother is going to try to force me to compete. Anyways, regardless of what the prize would have been.
Oh. Well, I guess if you need a teammate, I'm here.
I thought that would be pretty cool. I feel like I would trust three others if it came down to it. Really only a couple of you. Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap my knuckles on the table, kind of like on the side facing them, and kind of give them a thumbs up.
Does that mean we would have three?
I don't know what you're talking about. And I'll cast message on Eugene and just say, yeah, I think they're saying they'll come with us too if we need it.
Oh, okay, this is a thing that happens. Oh, you have that. Oh, okay. I didn't know you had that too. I thought that a chime would precede any messages. Um, okay.
No, but I might buy a bell just to start doing that.
That would be fun.
I can't play the chime sound because I'm basing it off of the alarm sound on Android. So it just goes dun dun, and then it's such a soft sound. It's very soft and quiet. It just gets your attention.
Doo doo.
It's a very gentle bell. But yeah, there is an eruption of whispers. You see Burns has just rushed over to your table. By the way, it's just like, hey,
Mine.
yeah, your Burns. Yeah, he's rushed over just straight to you. Will Red and gone. Did you hear it? There was someone who said something in my head.
Headmistress kiddo.
Oh, is that? I've never met her.
Don't.
No one has actually met the headmistress. No one has physically seen her.
No one talks to the headmistress. No one meets them.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna compete in the thing? I can't. They said it wasn't for first years.
That's a good thing. Yeah, I'll probably do it.
Can you? What are you gonna ask for?
If I happen to win,
Well, you're the strongest person here, so I mean, you're probably gonna win.
I'll probably ask that mom bar taken care of.
But you don't want like a cool carriage?
Not really. What are we gonna use a carriage for, kid?
But then you could drive it around and it looks really cool. What if it's like all silver?
That would be cool, but you know, if they take care of them, things will come. Trickle down.
You hear a soft mutter next to as Lucian Sayers goes, I'd buy you a silver carriage if you want it. You just hear, I'd buy you a silver carriage if you... Burn doesn't seem to have heard that, but you definitely picked up on that. Just like a quiet muttering.
They've done everything for us. They deserve to be taken care of.
That's fair. It's just responsible or whatever.
Plus, remember, I mean, we still technically live with them. So if they're set up, that means we
That
are
means-
too.
Oh my, that means I get my own room.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta win. I want my. You're great. It's really nice. I like having my own room. Well, I don't have one now because I have roommates, but dorm mates, but they're not my brother.
Eh. That's, it's nice not having a brother as a dorm mate, huh?
It is. You're nice. You're really nice, but sometimes I don't like being around you because I'm always around you a lot for most of the day.
That hurts.
Okay.
That hurts right,
I'm
right
sorry.
here, man.
I see
Right
you.
there.
I love you a bunch. I just see you every day, and it gets boring.
I'm glad to know I'm a boring person. There,
Okay.
Burns.
I'm saying worse things. I'm gonna stop saying things.
Before he walks away, I'm totally gonna give him a wet willy.
Oh, okay. See, never. I felt bad. I don't feel bad anymore. He just walks off. See, Lucy,
I love you too, kid.
He flicks a finger to clean Burns' ear. It's like, okay.
Can I like grab his like shirt before he walks away?
Lucian's?
No, Burns.
Yes.
And I kind of pull him close and be like, "You got a good friend there, kid."
What?
Lucian's a good friend.
Oh, that's good. I thought you wouldn't like him.
Nah, like
Because
him
he's
just
like
fine.
all posh and like fancy and stuff.
But I have to tell you, if I catch you wiping your mouth after every bite,
Okay, I won't do it after every bite, but if I get like a bunch of spaghetti on my face, I gotta wipe that off.
I will put you in a headlock and give you the worst noogie you've ever gotten in your entire life.
Mom said we have to keep our faces clean when we eat.
There's keeping your faces clean, and
I
then
don't
there's
do
that.
his is weird. I just mean like if there's a bunch of food all around my mouth at the end of my meal, I'll clean it.
All
'Cause
right,
that's
good.
gross. I
That
don't want
is
that
gross.
on the whole day, but like
Nobody wants to see that.
if I'm already eating, why bother clean?
Right. All
It's
right,
just
just
gonna
making
get
sure.
dirty again. But also, I'll try and be
Exactly.
neat. I won't try and be messy. And Lucian just seems to be having a meltdown in the court of like, just clean your face. It's totally not that bad.
All right. Go enjoy the rest of your cake, kid. It's the best.
It is. It's very good.
It's real
Lucian said
good.
we could split it.
I bet he did.
And they just walk off. There are just
Kids.
hearts in Lucian's eyes.
Yeah.
You're not sure how that happens physically, but there's just...
Captain Hard Eyes there.
He is fully trailing behind your brother.
Oh.
I'm just going to call him Captain Hard Eyes from now on.
But yeah, so that is the announcement you heard. You can hear that outside of those two who ran up to you, every student in the dining hall seems to be having just like just chatter. There's just overlapping conversations. You hear people going, "Oh, wish spell? Can you put? Did you hear what she said? It's gonna be a whole spell."
Can I keep an eye on for this when this narc gets up and leaves?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for me a perception check, and I'll just count it for the entirety of dinner.
Yeah. All right, come on, big die. You've not fucked me over yet. Here we go. Natural 20.
Perfect.
This
So-
this chonky purple die is like treating me so well tonight.
You saw that he, so I will say with that nat 20 perception then, you saw that he kind of made a face immediately when he saw Burns come towards you. And he seemed to reach for something in his pocket before realizing, you're not sure how, but he seemed to realize, oh, they're related, so you can't get in trouble for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the people General Emmer tells you not to hang around, he never says anything about your brother. He's not happy that your brother has magic, but he's like, hey, if you ever wanted to teach him how to use a sword, do that instead.
Okay.
But you've never gotten in trouble for talking to your brother, of all people. That is very much on the 100% allowed list.
All right, cool.
Wild.
But he
Yeah, when
seems
he
to
gets
like
and leaves, I'm gonna get up and leave.
You see, he is kind of sitting with the other group of like the students, the fourth years who you were dealt with. He is sitting near those girls and just kind of like leaning over and listening to their conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He talked to
Cool.
them a couple of times. They seem to have like some kind of relationship. But yeah, you immediately spot after he finishes up his like all vegetable meal. He was one of the few people who was 100% enjoying the all veggie buffet. Once he finishes that up, he gets up and leaves.
Okay, I'm gonna start getting up and leave, and I'm gonna pass by Cornelius and y'all sitting there, and Eugene, and just lean in and be like, "Gonna do something stupid,"
Pardon,
and follow
try to.
follow this guy out.
Yep. Go ahead. Are you
Oh.
doing it stealthily?
Yeah. Actually, I'll do it a little stealthily.
Go ahead and roll stealth. As I pull up a stat block.
21. This big die, it almost was a 10 and rolled to 17. It is loving me tonight.
It beats his perception. Yeah, so you're able to follow him pretty easily. Where are you following him to? His dorms, I will say, are separate from where yours are. No, actually, his are in the same building because in the same year.
Are there a lot of people in the hallway?
No, there are not a lot of people milling about. You think everyone might have gone inside for gossip?
Kind of when we're in like a quieter hallway, I would like to grapple him and slam him against a wall.
Go ahead and make a grapple check.
Was that athletics or just strength for me?
Athletics. It'll
Cool,
be contested
good.
athletics.
16.
He rolled a 19. I don't have a
Okay.
stat sheet yet, but a 19 was rolled, so he
Okay.
is able to block you from grappling him.
Okay, can I still like kind of shove him against a wall?
Yeah, so
Just
you don't have him stuck, but you did like shove him. He's not pinned there, but you definitely have pushed him.
And I'm gonna kind of get up in his face.
Do we have a problem here?
Yeah, I think we do.
I'm sorry.
I always got a problem that people say when narc on me. No one likes fucking snitches.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you fucking don't. If I find out next time you narc on me, we're gonna have an even bigger problem, my friend.
Listen, I'm just making sure people are well informed. I haven't narked on anyone.
Oh, I bet others would have a different opinion of that.
Well, others aren't where I'm standing.
Well, from what I'm standing, fuck up one more time, you don't get to graduate, ain't that right?
He kind of looks away. I mean, I'm fine in my classes or whatever.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna kind of like tap his face with my hand and be like, better watch yourself too, my friend. Would hate to see you not graduate for something fucking stupid.
Whatever. And he just like shoves, he like shoulder checks you and walks past. Well, I mean, he's taller than you, actually. So
He's taller than me.
He does like a a shoulder check, but like with the side of his body against you.
Yeah.
And walks off.
Catch you later, buddy.
He just flips you off as he's walking.
Cool.
But yeah, you do think he looks suitably scared of like, do not, you are well aware, no one has ever failed at this school. No one has ever flunked out. No one has ever been held back. He would be the first person in the school's history to not graduate.
Could I add a little spice by doing an intimidation check?
Actually, yeah, I should have, but yeah, go ahead and roll
really,
intimidation for
really solidify this.
Yes.
So that's 16 sass. 16 plus, what's my intimidation? 2. So 18.
Is nat 1 means nothing.
Oh!
So he goes, right, yeah, listen, I'm not gonna flunk out. I'm not gonna be the first to flunk out.
If I find out you fucking narc on me again, I'm gonna make sure you flunk out, my friend. Any fucking way I can.
Alright.
Alright. Have a good night. And then I'll just kind of go back to linger outside the dining hall.
You go into the designated lurking area.
Yeah, go lurk.
There's a very nice tree that like hangs overhead to give shade to that area. So most of the students are just like, yeah, it's just like where. You see, there are a couple of other students who are just like leaning against it, with like hoods on and like long black. They're wearing all black boots. They've got some like fingerless gloves, and they're just like, whatever. I don't care about a wish spell.
No one fucking understands anyway.
I would make it so that people stop listening to the man or whatever.
People can't fucking pop their collars anymore. I'll kind of linger out there for Eugene and Cornelius to walk out.
Alrighty. And what were you two doing during that very fun exchange?
As I'm eating, like in between eating, I'm deboning and giving both the fish like meat and the bones on 2 separate little plates to Thursday. For whichever she prefers.
She chows down on the actual meat and just eats it. Again, it's very confusing. She has no stomach or skin to even hide where the food goes, and yet it just disappears the moment it like goes a little down her throat and just disappears. You're like, no idea where it's actually going. And then after she eats the meat, she will move on to chewing on the bones.
Just kind of sit there. I am not one for small talk, so unless Cornelius initiates anything, I'd probably be eating in silence.
Yeah, I would probably pick up on that vibe and just be reading a book while I eat.
That's fair.
Actually, can I have you make a Arcana check for me, Cornelius?
Also, I'm keeping an eye out because Panchias came in
Arcana
here
or history?
for breakfast. So I'm kind of making sure that he's not like, stumbling in on accident to the wrong
Uh,
dining hall again,
no, you did not see him.
or coming in to, rope me into the tournament.
Also,
Arcana was nat 20 for 27.
okay.
God
Ooh.
damn.
I will say you said you were going to. What was it that you were going to research earlier?
I was going to research Lucian. He did the
That's
spooky
right.
thing with his face.
Yes. So with a nat 20, you are pretty quickly able to find it. You were sure that you had seen it in a book somewhere. You just couldn't remember the exact name. Now that you have the time at lunch, you spot immediately what it is. He is what is known as a Gimmerling. They are shape-shifting types of fae who are usually said to, like, stereotypically ruled by childish greed and endless hunger. They are known to make very weird contraptions for traps and generally like springing traps and pranks on people. But you've never. Lucian doesn't seem like that kind of kid. You know that Gimmerlings are usually considered feral fae, and that there are very few that live in civilized society, and the few that do are like usually pressured to be like very polite and very like rigid and structured.
Okay. And was there anything in those books about them like pretending to befriend people to lure them to something dangerous, or do I get the feeling that this is probably safe friendship
No,
for Rorit's brother?
there is story of people getting injured by the traps that they make. That's something you've seen where it's like, did they make a trap that was like definitely gonna trip someone and they rolled down a hill and like twisted their ankle? Yes, that has definitely happened. But it's never anything like malicious. Like they don't eat people or anything, but they're well-known tricksters and people have sometimes gotten injured during said tricks. The most like dangerous thing that people say is that their traps are usually they're more dangerous for humanoids. They're not dangerous to other fae, but since other fae are probably hardier, it's more of a just like they might not understand that humans are more breakable.
Gotcha. So they're typically harmless pranksters, but sometimes their pranks get out of control.
Yeah, and they're well known for being greedy and eating the food in someone's house. Like they will eat nearly all of the food in the home, or they will like steal shiny trinkets and the like. But most books have them either saying they're objectively harmless, and the easiest way to stop one is to give them a new shiny thing, and they'll leave you alone.
Okay, cool. I will pass it on to Wilrit later, but I will feel a little bit better knowing that there's nothing super harmful there.
Yeah, I will say also with another nat 20, because I forgot it was a nat 20. The only other mention is that a lot of them who live in modern society and like work in forges because they just love gemstones. So they usually work under forge trainers or blacksmiths or any kind of the person who does jewelry making.
Gotcha. Cool. Thanks.
But yeah, they're ultimately harmless, maybe a little too far with their pranks. But yeah, that is what you all hear over dinner. You guys have a pretty decent time eating. It's pretty quick to get through all of your food. It's just a sort of whirlwind of activity around you as students are whispering back and forth, and you can see some people are like shaking hands and making what like look to be groups for the tournament right there in the middle of the dining hall. And then after you clear up your plates, you are free to go from the dining hall. There's no. The only requirement is that you stay on campus, but you're allowed to go anywhere you would like. Up
Gotcha.
until 10 p.m.
Do we see Wilrit when we get outside?
Yeah, so once you step outside, you see Wilrit is sitting in the designated lurk area, lounging. There's another student next to him, all black, fingerless gloves. Just, you would actually recognize them, Eugene, as they are in your warlock. They are in your patron bonds class.
Okay.
This is Fern.
I'm just going to talk to him and be like, so if nothing matters, what's the point of being here then?
He's like, yeah, but that's the point. Nothing matters. So like, you can do whatever you want with it.
And what you choose to go to school?
Well, it's like I didn't choose to go to school. My parents were like, I have to go to school or whatever.
But if it doesn't matter, why are you here, man?
I mean, like, if nothing matters, then like I gotta do what matters to me, and like I don't
Right
want
on.
my mom to be disappointed.
I respect that. Oh, hey.
So These
What's up?
posers, your friend?
I mean, they're not
Um,
posers. They could probably kick your ass, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
You have a
whatever.
problem with them?
Nah, I just, you know, I don't know if they're cool or not.
They're pretty cool, man.
Alright.
I probably don't fit in with cool kids.
Trust me, I see them do
But
some wild stuff today.
that's like the coolest of cool is when you don't hang out with cool people.
Oh, so not being cool is cooler than being cool?
When you're focused on like being too cool or whatever, then you're lame.
Yeah, that's actually, I agree with that one.
huh.
Okay.
That's pretty fascinating.
So like
I think I get it.
if you just be your like whatever authentic self or something, then that's like the coolest version of you.
Right.
Oh,
Life has no meaning. Make up whatever you want. And you see, he like falls backwards into his own shadow and disappears.
Fern's actually
I
pretty fucking cool.
I like scribbled all of that in a notebook as they were saying it.
Pretty
Yeah,
fascinating.
life has no meaning. Do whatever you want.
Huh. What an interesting. By the way, is this okay?
Yeah, no, I had a conversation with another student who was making things a little rough. Here, let's uh if you don't mind, we can head somewhere a bit quieter, a bit less around people coming and going, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, I'm good with that.
you just see me kind of staring at where they were.
Oh, Fern.
Yeah,
As he disappeared into his own shadow.
yeah.
You're right there?
I, 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 how?
I assume magic.
But we're in the same class. We did the same stuff, and I can't do that.
I mean,
Oh, that
technically speaking, don't different warlocks have different patrons?
that was cool.
I mean, you could always change patrons.
I don't think I could do that. Plus, I'd feel bad because I wasn't technically the one that reached out on this end of the bargain.
Oh, interesting.
How does that work?
Well, my brother kind of perfect, incredible. He made the deal with the patron in the first place, and then after the patron kind of gave him all the powers and everything, he kind of looked at me and he was like, "Oh, I take pity on you," and it gave me like a couple of powers, and I kind of developed with those.
Oh. Well, I mean, alright.
So I guess that's those might be like I don't know, non-pity powers.
I mean, you seem pretty competent with your power, so I would say yours aren't pity powers either.
All that I do is bring a cat back to life on the daily,
Yeah,
on death really.
can't say I can bring a cat back to life.
It's not even life; it's kind of undeath, and I'm just cradling Thursday.
Thursday's
I'm assuming
purring.
Thursday is just cradled on top of the books that I'm carrying
It's
for
just
Cornelius.
it's just the bones are rattling.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You hear the
real,
sound of rattling bones, but it's just from Thursday.
here, why don't we head over a bit farther into campus,
Yeah.
just so it's a bit quieter.
I will say,
Okay.
Cornelius, could you make a history check for me? Or intelligence, I guess.
How about I just get a nat one?
Oh no,
Never mind. It's fine.
that's
Your
2.
dice are
Yeah.
betraying you.
So that's a 5. I'm just rolling off D&D Beyond because
No. It's
I'm
pain.
being betrayed by digital dice.
You gotta use the physical ones. Maybe they won't betray you.
Also, Sid, check your Discord DMs.
Oh, I will look at that. I don't get notifications. I'm in streamer mode. Yep, I mean, a full 100% true. But,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you would probably know where the quietest parts are. A 5? I mean, you still probably, even with a nat 1, you might know where. You're trying to figure out where's the quietest parts of the school, but that can also fit someone who is not mouse sized. Is a little
yeah,
difficult.
so I'm suggesting things like underneath porches and stuff.
Yeah, you were making suggestions where it's like, yeah, underneath porches, inside of this tiny little log. It's like that's fully not gonna, you cannot fit in there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't fit in there, and I don't think Eugene can either.
Right, right.
Probably not.
Well, is there places on campus that you know, the sort of people that would rat you out don't go?
Um,
You actually do know, all right.
do I?
The places
Uh,
where people would rat you out are usually around the dorms and the combat buildings. No one in your class would be caught dead near any of the arcane magical buildings.
I'll head over towards behind one of the arcane magic buildings.
Probably you know the best place for secrets because purely because no one would ever be spot there, and also because General Weimer just deeply hates Dr. Shore and everything about her, despite the fact that she also does martial prowess, is at the back of her religious classes, which are closer to the dining hall.
Okay, I will. I will kind of head over there.
Yeah, there is a nice little
Uh,
pavilion and fountain in that area, and like a small little. What are the pagodas? What are the like circle things, whatever those are called, with like a
Gazebo?
gazebo.
gazebos.
It's like a tiny little gazebo with like 4 or 5 seats.
Words.
I don't know my
I
words.
So I'll head over there. And just like keep an eye out to make sure I'm like I don't see the general, and B, like no one is like specifically watching us.
It is known as the Mirror Sanctuary. And you, yeah, you don't see the general mainly because he would never be caught dead near here. He actively, on purpose, avoids any. He doesn't really leave the the Coliseum, even though the professor's dorms are he's where he's supposed to be. You've never. He doesn't sleep in the dorms. He just sleeps in the Coliseum.
Healthy.
It's a
Yeah,
very
so I'll head
healthy
over
ladies'
to
con.
I'll head over there. Once we get there, I'll kind of like take a seat.
There are seats of varying sizes. So there are a couple of like larger seats for half orcs and dragonborns. There are a couple of seats with like space for tails, and then there are smaller seats for halflings and gnomes, and then even smaller seats for like mousefolk and pixies and the very tiny races. The smallest you see it goes down to is pixie sized, which is about like a 4-inch seat.
Okay, I'll take one for that I can hop up into easily.
There's also like extra space for anyone who wants to move over their wheelchair. There are like a lot of different just open
Uh-uh.
areas for this little. Most students love hanging out here during the day, but no one really comes here at night.
Perfect.
So it's usually pretty chill.
So I'll look at him and be like, yeah, sorry about earlier.
That's okay. So you're not supposed to be talking to us?
Uh, not particularly. The general really doesn't like magic users.
Well, then wouldn't it be kind of dangerous if you tried to work on the, do the tournament with us?
I mean, I don't really talk to anyone else in my classes because they're either bullies like Daniel or magical combatants. So,
Well, surely your teacher would understand that going into a tournament without any magic users in this school would sort of be
foolish?
Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, I mostly just want to say I'm sorry for walking past you guys. Someone narked on me, but I think I might have taken care of that for the time being.
I see. Well, apology accepted, and I apologize for getting you in trouble once more.
Yeah, same here. Really sorry about that.
You guys didn't know. Sometimes it's just a lot of the school's magic users. There's not a lot of people who aren't strictly martial classes. So it gets a little lonely when you don't talk to people. Really, for like 4 years. Except for assholes like Daniel.
Oh, goodness, that would be lonely.
You've been paired up with Daniel in more classes than you like to count.
Yeah, he's a dick. So, I mean, sometimes it's worth getting in a little trouble to make friends, I guess. But yeah,
Yes, well, thank you for taking that risk for us because I do enjoy your company.
Yeah,
Y-
yeah,
yeah, same.
pretty cool.
Um, so that's kind of. So if I ever not talk to you guys, it's probably because I'm under a bit of a watchful eye.
Okay, but if you're
Got it.
if you're genuinely mad at us whenever that rolls around and it's not because you're in trouble, can you maybe give us an indicator, maybe like flip us off or something?
Sure. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can.
yeah. But sometimes you can never really tell if you kind of do something wrong that kind of messes up with how your friends see you, and then you kind of don't know, and they don't tell you, and then everything just goes quiet, and then it kind of sucks.
If I flip you off, I am genuinely upset, and it is not because of the general. How's that sound?
Okay, then
Got
you're
it.
not generally upset. You're just upset. You're not upset because of the general.
Yeah, I like that. That was good. That was good. Good. Yeah. So, he's just a little intense, and plus he found out that I used magic earlier, and I'm not supposed to use magic. Um, but sometimes it just happens, and
Oh, I did note that. I didn't want to mention it in case you didn't know what happened.
yeah, I knew. Um, I mean, I was kind of born with magic. Uh, Pretty okay with it, but I'm not really supposed to use it.
What? Why not?
Just a general. So the general's my sponsor to be here. I'm kind of on here on scholarship, and he's my faculty sponsor, and he doesn't approve of it. So, uh,
Oh,
plus where I'm from, it's not very popular to have magic where I'm from. Uh, got beat up a lot growing up.
Do I know of any places where magic is generally frowned upon?
Um, make a history check for me. DC is 5.
Oh, well, I got a 15.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yay!
yeah.
There are a couple. Most people are pretty. Most cities, at least, you've never really traveled far, so it's a little hard for you to guess. Your home was pretty okay with magic. Most people just didn't have access to it. No one was really upset about magic being around. They just didn't know how to do anything with it. But you have heard that there are some cities and towns that just aren't a big fan of magic, don't use it. There are a lot of specifically farming towns that are big on the no magic because they don't want it to affect their crops. They don't want it to change anything about the lands around it. So they're heavy on the nobody use magic. We don't want this affecting our plants in any capacity. Even druids aren't allowed in those cities where they're like, nope, don't use your druid magic here. Nothing. But you personally don't have a lot of experience with people being rude, or like at least to you, about having magic. But you have heard that there are a couple of places that are just heavy on the no magic and make it incredibly clear to everyone who lives there magic is not allowed.
Got it. All right, cool.
So, yeah.
I see. Huh. Interesting. Right. I was supposed to look into something for you, right?
Oh,
New thing?
yeah.
Yes. I will pull out the book that I found the information in and just plop it down on the seat beside me.
Yes, it is. I think Faye and You is the name of the book.
I was flipping through this book and I found these gimmerlings. Generally harmless. They play pranks. Sometimes their pranks go a little uh, not a way they calculated, but for the most part, harmless.
Okay. So that's what the kid is.
Yes, happy to report they don't eat people.
That is very good to know. He's pretty hard eyes towards my brother, which is kind of funny to see. But I feel like I shouldn't tease him for it. But at the same time, I think it's my duty as an older sibling.
They also eat a lot and are a little greedy.
Well, he does seem to come from Richie Rich family.
I will say you've also never seen him eat. You've seen him sip tea and like dab his mouth when he takes bites of food, but you've never seen him eat a full meal.
Interesting. And he was eating the weird steak that we're not supposed to touch.
That actually no, that is the first time you have ever seen him eat an actual full meal. Generally speaking, you've seen him like pick at foods and like dab his mouth constantly. But this is last night this night you saw him actually eating a
Actually
full meal.
ate.
Like just he ate, took full bites. He didn't even dab his mouth after each one. He just ate it. He still kept his mouth clean. Like every time he realized there was a spill, he cleaned it. But he wasn't doing it after each bite. He just ate a meal.
Good to know. Well, I appreciate you looking into that for me. Making sure.
Yes,
That
not a
Burns is safe.
problem.
He's sometimes a bit clueless. Sometimes. He's a kid. So, about this tournament. Are we gonna enter it together, I guess?
Well, there's not much I need for a wish spell, but if you guys want to do it, I will be happy to help.
I mean, I wouldn't mind access to a wish spell.
I kind of get the feeling that no matter who I compete with, it's nothing against you guys. It's just kind of a matter of principle on myself. But I don't feel like I'm gonna win anything. But like it would be just nice to just have a couple of friends to just work with on this. But also if you guys really want that spell, I don't want to drag it down or anything.
Hey, at least we can do is try.
Yeah,
I think you're a lot more capable than you think you are, my friend.
I think you give me a lot more credit, more credit than I deserve.
I doubt it.
We could just look at it as a good way to test our potential.
There you go.
Yeah, that's how Pan would have probably tried to pitch it to me and try and force me to compete and all.
I mean, I don't want to force you. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to.
No. If I get the jump on it, then it's not me forcing it. It's me wanting to do it, and kind of if I do it on my own, then it's not Pan goading me into it. It's me actually wanting to do it and doing it with friends. If that is, you guys want to call me your friends.
Oh yes, we're friends.
Yeah, of course. Totes.
Okay. Then yeah, we're doing this.
So
We're
you're
friends. doing it.
preemptively joining the tournament. That way, when your brother comes up to you and says, "You should join this tournament," you can say, "Aha! But I'm already joining this tournament." Is that right?
Yeah. Instead of him saying, "Hey, Eugene, I got."
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Fucking hell,
Aww.
Aw.
Yeah, it's kind of more on the fact that my brother would kind of be like he'd come up to me and be like, "Hey Eugene, guess what? I got some friends here. Well, they're not really friends, but like they're just people that you're gonna compete with. Hey, here, you're gonna join them, and you can't say no to me because I'm your big brother and I got to tell you what to do."
That sounds like Big Brother rules.
Yeah, even if not actual big brother, but
Hey, family's family. You don't have to be blood to be family.
which I'm pretty sure is weird to hear me say because I look identical to
Yeah.
him.
It's a little
Yeah.
weird hearing because looking at him, you're like, adopted. Man, they really picked someone looking exactly like their son.
They did. Pretty impressive. Hey, I mean, you don't have to be blood to be family, and besides, we wouldn't have known any different.
That's nice. Don't tell a lot of people that one. I don't know why that slipped out.
I mean,
We're friends now.
yes, and your secret's safe. And I don't think anyone at a glance would ever suspect anything different.
You guys look crazy alike.
Yeah, yeah. There's a reason for that.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and they're being so nice to me. I don't know any better. I'm gonna go ahead and use my shape changing, and I'm just gonna turn into my true self, my actual changeling self,
Oh.
which
Could you please
Huh.
nobody
describe your character?
nobody has ever seen this. Um, Devoid of many characteristics, Eugene stands at a stark alabaster, silky white locks that cascade down to his shoulder blades, and blank eyes that cast about nervously. No defining characteristics shape this form of him, or the clothing on his back. Still pretty short and lanky, about the same body build as his satyr form that you all are so used to seeing, but absolutely featureless changeling, maybe tiny pointed ears.
Well, I'll be.
That is what you see.
Uh, yeah, I guess people wouldn't think you're related if they.
Yeah, I don't typically show this to anyone. And I just up it right back to satyr form.
Well, thank you for trusting us to show us.
I that's what friends do, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I
Uh,
believe so too.
Also, if you ever see me around in this form, and I go briefly to the human form that snuck out during the food fight,
Huh.
this is also me, and then I change back to satyr form.
Shit, that'd be so useful.
Yeah, I usually stick with this one because I don't do a lot of things. The faculty know that I can do that, and sometimes I go to them in, not this. That way people don't see, oh, Eugene, he's messing up again. He's going to the professors again. But it's just kind of a matter of principle. I don't really show it to anyone else because I'm just afraid.
Well, thanks for trusting us. That means a lot.
Yes, I second that.
You guys are cool.
You're pretty cool yourself, though you keep thinking you're not.
I was thinking about what Fern said about the whole be your authentic self, and that's what I was thinking of, not the shadow thing, although that is kind of cool, and I really wish I
Uh,
knew how to do that.
I mean, what you look like doesn't really have to do with your authentic self. It's who you are, right?
I'd agree with that.
Oh, then I probably should have. I could have gone on with not doing that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Why you don't have to apologize to us? You have nothing to apologize for.
I don't know. I feel like I did.
I know you do, but you don't.
Quick question: which form are you in right now,
Satyr.
Satyr? You hear a crash, so it sounds like somebody is rounding the corner quickly,
Oh no.
and just
Let's turn
coming
and look.
around the corner at like
God
the
damn it.
speed walking is Parth with a group of like a couple of students behind him, and he's like, "Hey, oh God, these stairs are slippier than I remember them being. Hey, hi, oh, there are people.
Okay.
It's not what I was expecting. I thought you were by
Hi.
yourself. Hi,
Uh,
I'm." Looks at both you, Cornelius and Willrat, and goes, and like raises his hand. Oh, hi, I'm Parth,
this is Pantias.
or not Parth,
I
Pontius.
was
My brain
like,
was like,
I was
it
like,
kept,
did you name your brother after my character?
it was stuck in my head because I'm like, that's his name now forever.
Mars just appears in all worlds.
It's Parth. No, Pontius.
Pantias.
Hi, I'm
Uh,
Pontius.
hey,
So,
Hello.
hello.
I was never here.
Okay. I was not expecting you to have people around you. You're usually a loner.
Is that a bad thing?
No, totally super happy you're making friends. Glad you got buddies. I gonna add to the buddy list, and he just like scoots some people around out of them. One of them is a is uh a fifth year you've never met before. They have like actually you saw them earlier in leaving the combat courses. They've got like short black hair, bright blue eyes. They seem to be wearing like a really fancy, sparkly getup with like gold tip shoes and red outfits and like spots everywhere. So, Elwin, nice to meet you. Brother
Hi.
kind of dragged me over here. There's another, the student you saw earlier, another fifth year, that morning, who was dragging behind them pieces of the void. Goes, hi, I think, Izar, your brother kind of said we had a thing about,
Um.
he said he was going to explain it.
Okay.
And Pontius goes, right, okay, so, I know how you feel about being in the limelight, but have you considered that there's this amazing tournament about to happen at the school?
And
And
I just look. I look to Cornelius and Will Rat, just like, told you.
Uh,
I hate to interrupt
yeah.
this,
Um,
but yes, he has considered that, and he's got it covered.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
listen, I get it, you don't want to do it, and it's fine, but just think
No,
about it. I
no.
know it's covered because
I'm
you're not
No,
going to go.
no.
No,
Dude,
Pontius, I'm doing it.
What?
we're a
we're a
team.
group, my
These are my
dude.
teammates.
You have a party? Already?
I, yeah.
Why do
You
you
see-
sound so shocked?
He just grabs you, goes, my baby, bro. And he's like holding, you know that thing where it's like, it's not a full hug, he's just holding your head. Like, not your body, just the head. He's just like, my baby, you're getting so big, you got friends.
Yeah.
I'm so
I
proud
think
of you.
Thanks.
You're actually his friends, right? You're not like using him for money or fame or magic.
Ah,
I do.
fuck, you found me out.
Oh,
Okay, I'll kill you. I'll do
You
it.
can try.
I'll try. I'll try for my baby, bro.
No, we're friends,
No,
dude.
we're his friends.
Okay. I'm glad you have friends. And he just like lets go of your head. So you're gonna be doing the tournament? You're gonna do it yourself?
yeah.
I didn't even need these guys. Sorry, I didn't. I figured, and they're like, absolutely, it's cool. We were gonna make a party with Fern anyways.
Good.
I'm gonna look
What?
to Owen as they walk away and be like, "You didn't see me."
Owen gives you like Owen's been pretty chill. Owen's never
Yeah.
ratted you out, especially because they get in trouble every class for using magic in bard shit. And they're just like,
I'll give him. I'll give him like the head nod, followed by the "I wasn't here,
they
man."
go. They do this, and then they like swap their hands together, and you see like one of their hands fully disappears, and it looks like they have two hands on one arm, and then they just go, ta-da! And then they just like put both their hands behind their back, whoop, and they just leave. Like, I wasn't actually mad. And they pull out like they open up their sleeve for a little like fake hand in there, and they're like, not actually
Huh.
magic. You
I
could
mean,
do this if
that
you
is
wanted.
that is magic.
No, I mean it's
It's a different kind of magic.
it's like props and stuff. It's super fun.
Yeah.
It's much better than boring magic. And he's just like,
That was cool.
real magic is still cool. You can do both. They have you see that this looks like a long-standing argument they've had, where it's like you can do real magic and stage magic. As they go, okay, it's cool. We'll leave you to family stuff.
Yeah.
We'll go
Good
find
luck.
Fern.
Have fun.
Bye.
We're gonna kick your ass in this tournament.
Haha. Try.
Ah! I'm gonna kill them in their sleep.
What?
I'm joking.
Oh,
Yes, goes. I will. Okay. I am
Just joking.
a TA. You know,
Just joking.
Yeah. There's a. That's yeah.
if you are committing a crime, I will have to report it.
I would never commit a crime.
I mean,
I'm on scholarship. I'm not allowed to.
Okay, now I believe it more. Listen,
I get in
most
trouble.
students don't commit crimes except for the really rich ones who don't have to worry about their getting kicked out.
That's because they're
Meanwhile-
fucking trash.
The one thing I'm doing is trying to pick his pocket while he's still standing there. next
Yes!
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Pick
probably
that
not good.
bitch's pocket!
That is good. It's a dirty 20.
You don't find his wallet because he usually keeps that in his breast pocket, so you don't find any money.
Smart.
But what you do find is a ring of keys.
Stealing his keys. I'm stealing his keys.
You find a ring of keys, and when you take it out, it is not just like the regular house keys. You think these might be school keys to classrooms and various locations.
Oh, hell yeah.
I kind of look to because well, right, you're still kind of
Yeah.
playing it up with him. I'm gonna look to Cornelius like, do I take this?
Cornelius is going to shake his head no very slowly.
Yeah, just gently put him back.
So like as a TA, are you supposed to like commandeer students to try and get your sibling into a group, or is that just like
No, that's more
extra
That's a personal thing.
curricular? activities.
That's
It's
extracurricular.
kind of the fact that he has enough energy for the two of us and kind of constantly tries to get me to do things.
Listen, you just gotta just pump it up, you know? Just like get pumped up whenever you need to. Like you're down sometimes, and when you're feeling down, just don't. Just don't feel
I
down.
mean, you should know your brother
Um,
helped blackmail a teacher today.
I did not.
What?
I did not. I did not. I tried to help
Were
after the
you
teacher
part in
got
that?
blackmailed.
Were
No,
you
I
part?
tried to help so that the
Okay.
oh,
teacher would
wait.
leave.
Do you have information on that?
Yeah, so all students involved in that scenario were put into detention, along with the
Uh,
whole lunch fight earlier, detention.
Ah,
Obviously, not all of them.
she is in
Not,
detention then.
Oh, yeah,
Did
she's fully in
you have
detention.
something to do with it? Professor Paradise said it was just the one student.
no, I know who it was, but I tried to say not to to not for Professor Paradise to be leaving.
I mean,
Technically, Eugene here helped get the teacher to help break up the fight.
that's pretty useful. Not
Yeah,
that's
that
opposite of
that is what
detention.
we were doing.
Okay.
We stopped those horrible knights from ripping people's lockers apart, and then we went and got a teacher.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. We've already written up a complaint to the head of the Royal Guard, which is hilarious because she's here. So that's gonna
Um,
be fun.
The head of the royal guard is here.
Dr. Shore.
Yeah, she's the head of the
Oh,
Royal Guard.
She
right.
she works here during the school months and sort of delegates her tasks to her deputy, and seeing as they broke into the school and interrupted classes on her campus, that's gonna I would love to be in that room. Be invisible in
Oh,
there just to hear that whole argument.
Yeah, that's
and
actually pretty cool.
good.
do you know what happened to uh Paradigm?
Professor Paradise. Oh, he quit this afternoon.
Oh, shit.
He
They
said he had some
Quit.
things he
quit.
needed to deal with.
Mm,
The headmistress offered him academic leave. I don't know if he took that. I wasn't here. I just kind of heard him yell, "I quit," in the hallway. And then I had to leave because some students were starting a fight.
oh,
So
I feel bad.
he said I don't know if he took the academic leave or not. But that's not your fault. He's been like talking about leaving for a while now. He says he's got some important thing he's got to deal with.
Okay.
So it's probably not your fault or, that kid's fault.
That was pretty wild,
He
though.
was going to be out of here. One way or another. He's got some like weird important thing that he won't tell anyone about.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. The teachers here. They're pretty lax. Some of them are concerning. I still work. Has Professor Moriarty said anything to you?
No,
Has he made any
Yeah.
threats towards you personally?
no.
Because he
What?
threatened to rip my spine out and wear it like a scarf. And I still think about that most days.
How would that work? I feel like that'd be very uncomfortable.
I didn't want to ask. He said he'd give me a demonstration, and I figured I should just leave.
I don't think a spine bends completely like that.
I wouldn't put it past someone who knows magic.
He'll figure out how to do that. He did also, get trapped in a bog for killing kids, so I don't think he feels bad about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing.
300 years in a bog. I thought it would have probably, helped on the no killing.
I don't think
Certainly
it would.
didn't bog him down.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah,
No,
thanks.
no, don't encourage him.
He told me that he was happy I was paying attention in class.
Oh, he does like when people pay attention. If you're really good in his class, he might even take you on as an apprentice and teach you like some weird forbidden magic.
I was also definitely paying attention in class.
You were.
Yeah, apprentice.
Did not sleep.
Yeah, he picks like one student every few years or so and is like, "Hey, you're my new apprentice. I won't ever kill you, and I'll teach you some weird like secret magic that the headmistress gets
Oh.
real weird about." She's like, "Please stop doing that," and he keeps doing it, and it's so weird.
Oh, yeah, maybe one of you two could be on.
Well,
Morarity's apprentice.
what kind of student was the last one that became an
Uh,
apprentice?
last one was this kid who graduated. Oh, what was his name? I say as I pull up a thing. Was this like what? Elf kid? This like drow kid. I don't remember his name. All spooky, like definitely like just like hide around. Alan is gonna be the name I've decided on because I can't think of anything else.
Alan.
Alan. But yeah, he all spooky, likes to be creepy and like whisper things in Infernal to people. And like one time we were in the same class, he would pop into my dreams and just like make a bunch of skeletons dance around and then disappear. It was super creepy. Yeah, Professor Moriarty was like, "That's my new apprentice," and taught him some weird magic. And then once he graduated, he just made this weird laugh and then disappeared into a puddle of ink on stage. So I haven't seen him since.
A
Oh,
bottle of ink?
Yeah, he like turned into a puddle of like black goo and then just disappeared into the stage and I haven't seen him. He got his diploma though. He went up, got his diploma, made this weird like laugh and disappeared.
Uh,
is Zara still there?
No, those two left.
Oh, okay.
They wanted to give you space for the and also they went to go track down Fern.
Right.
But yeah, if you are you trying to figure out like more about other students or older students?
No, the black ooze. I just know you mentioned it. Yeah,
That's right, for
Zara.
void classes.
Yeah.
Um yeah, but no, Pontiaska's yeah, I've never seen that. I haven't seen him since. He's probably fine, right? He didn't just stay ooze.
I'm sure that yeah, fine.
I don't know. But yeah, that kid Alan, he disappeared. That was the last one. He hasn't taken one on since. Everyone thinks it might be Fern, but he asked Fern, but Fern said no. So
Probably smart.
uh,
That went from incredibly fascinating to I don't want to do that ever very fast.
I
Fern said it was not cool and wouldn't, be true to his magic, so he didn't want to do it. Which, I mean, that's fine.
what kind of magic does Fern use?
Oh, he's got, similar, same as ours. I mean, his
Oh,
patron's a little
okay.
different.
Okay.
His patron's actually, oh, you don't know, his patron's Lady Von Stein.
Oh, sweet.
She's
Oh.
super chill. She's his aunt.
Oh.
Well, aunt is a strong word. She's decided. She says that that's like her adopted nephew or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gives him like cool magic with like illusions and disappearing and whatever. He's got a thing for shadows.
Would you say because her name is Lady Von Stein that she is his Vaunt?
I'm liking you more and more.
Pun, you're a bad influence.
I'm an amazing
my friends.
influence. I'm such an amazing influence. I became a TA. They hired me.
See? See?
That's still a wonder to me.
You think my jokes are bad? You should hear my boss. Their jokes are wild.
I would love to.
Mm-hmm. My ma hates it.
She says no good comedy. It's the best comedy.
I'm pretty sure if there was ever a chance her eyes would get stuck rolling them, it would happen to her already.
You'll have it slapstick.
You ever slapped a stick? It's hilarious.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you and your new friends with your jokes. If you do need a party or more, I can always find more students for you.
I'm okay. I like the one I have.
All
We
right.
actually have one prospective other party member already, so thanks.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're good.
Look at you!
Yeah.
You have friends on a waiting list. Oh my goodness.
A whole
We're also
crew.
waiting for our friend because they're currently in detention.
Our friend's the one who tried to blackmail the
Okay. I was worried
teacher.
for a moment that you might have been friends with like Daniel or Rebecca.
No,
That
fuck
felt
no.
not
No.
true.
No.
No. Did you see how Daniel came to me at breakfast? No.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. He just said he had to talk to you, which seemed weird. You said I guess I told him to come get you. That's what he said, but I don't remember doing that. But I don't remember most things in the morning before my coffee.
You don't even
Fair.
remember going to the wrong rooms.
Yeah, see, that's a whole thing.
Do you need Thursday the mornings to remind you to go to the right place?
Nah, I'm good. I got this like, if I'm too late, the headmistress makes like a scream happen in my ear, in my brain, and like I have to wake up or she's screaming too loud.
I I I I don't envy you.
That sounds like it sucks.
Ah, it's what happens when you oversleep. But okay, I'm gonna
Damn.
leave you alone with your cool friends, and you guys are gonna have a great
Okay,
time at
okay.
your little secret rendezvous.
Yeah, this never happened.
I I was never here. And you see,
We
he
are
just
never
like
here.
he tiptoes backwards just around the corner
Wait, hold on. I wanna.
before he leaves.
Damn it! I can't do anything before he leaves because all my stuff is actual damage.
Would you like to damage your brother?
No, I'm just. I was going. I was gonna do a thing, but I don't want to actually hurt him.
I mean, go. What would you like to do?
I I was hoping that I could do like a non-damaging Eldritch Blast to just like follow him, just tail him.
I will say because you share a patron, it's a little bit easier for you to cater your spells against him. So you can
Okay.
make it not. It'll do damage, but non-lethal. Like it'll feel like a punch. It'll do.
Actually, no. I'm just gonna send Thursday after him to bite his ankle.
Oh, that okay. That's gonna do actual lethal damage. It won't
Oh
kill him,
no.
but it. I mean, not. It won't kill him, but it will be like a cat bit you, and that did hurt physically. There's
Yeah.
no way around that.
Yeah, there's no way to stop a
Bang.
cat bite from not hurting.
So yeah, you just go. You go. Ow, ow, Thursday. But come on, Thursday. We're buddies. We're friends. And Thursday, just you see, she like drops out of the air as he seemed to have picked up Thursday and like plopped her as he is now leaving. And she comes back to you. She's got like a little bit, just like a tiny bit of like his pants in her,
And I just start petting her.
and she's like purring. And with that, we are going to take our break. As you are,
Oh.
as you all are having a little moment around the table, chatting, looking at a bone cat who just bit a person. We will be back. 10 minutes.
All right.
10 minutes. So at the
Okay.
hour mark,
Sounds good.
or actually no, 15. 5 after.
Okay. So we'll see you back in 15. So 5
15.
after.
See you
Whatever.
all then. 5
We'll see you
after
next.
for us. 9:05 for you. 5 after the hour.
Yeah.
See you
We'll
then.
see you guys soon. Thank you so much.
See you soon.
I'm not ready.
Hello and welcome back from our lovely break. We are 1 minute off. My apologies. It was because of me. I was doing a thing. Um, but now that we're back, so at where we left our lovely students, they were having a fun little heart-to-heart conversation with each other about their true authentic selves and how that feels and like where they are and like why they are at the school. There was a
And then
brief
my
meeting.
dumbass himbo brother came in.
There was a meeting with a local himbo, Pontius, one of the TAs at the school, who sort of assists around every class, whichever professor needs him. He will usually pop in. Wanted to encourage Eugene to join the Blaze Guard tournament, only to find that Eugene had already picked a party and picked members to go with it. And that is where we left off, with Thursday having returned from taking a bite out of Pontius's ankle. We are now back at that lovely little gazebo.
Uh, okay. That happened.
We probably should have asked. Is there like a sign up sheet we have to go do? Is just we kind of show up? Probably
Those are
should check with
very
that.
good question mark. Very good questions.
I don't know.
Do we have to put our
Should I
real
send Thursday
names?
after him?
I feel like he might run away if he sees Thursday, since Thursday just took a chunk out of him.
It's true.
Yeah, we'll get more information. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we're going to prove that you don't need him to do this for you.
Yeah. What Cornelius said.
Okay.
So, what do you guys want to do?
You've got I'll say it took you about 45 minutes for dinner, and then this was a quick 15-minute conversation, 15-20-minute conversation. So you have about 2 hours to kill if you would like, or if you want to go to bed, or for me to like hurry over whatever your night plans are.
Yeah, I don't really have any plans. I'm probably gonna call it a night as soon as we're done hanging out.
Yeah, I would just go to my room and study until curfew.
I tend to go to bed early since I have to wake up so early.
You are one of the few. So classes generally don't start till 9 a.m.
Yeah.
You are up at 6 usually for extra classes that are not extra credit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just go to bed early.
Alrighty, so the three of you, after your fun little heart to heart, you talk for a little bit longer, and then finally you make your separate ways to go to your dorms. Your dorms are in the general vicinity of each other, but they're in separate buildings. Willret, yours is in a different building with or on a different floor with most of the more martial students. Eugene, you're a little bit closer to some of the upper years because that is where a lot of the warlocks are, and then Cornelius, you are with some of the smaller students. So they kind of separated you by size mainly, where it's like there are smaller dorms that are closer together.
Is it like a floor between other floors?
Yeah, it is a floor in between the floors.
Excellent.
Which is like your one of your roommates is a pixie who is significantly smaller than you, but not by much. They're about only a foot tall.
So I feel tall when I'm in my own room. That's nice.
Yeah, when you're in your room, you're pretty tall. Your roommate has usually asked you to grab things off of higher shelves. Oh my god, that cat. Or
I'm
get
so
things.
happy.
So
It's
happy.
in heaven right now.
But your roommate has usually asked you to get things, or despite the fact that they actually cannot fly, they have wings, but you see that they don't seem to be able to use them. Their wings have a small brace at the top of each to hold them in place, and it seems like they are held together by pins, as if they might have been injured, and they cannot use them to fly.
Oh, well, I'll definitely help them get stuff down from the top shelves.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that is your roommate. Their name is a fairy name that I am thinking that I had written down early. Vulin. Vulun. Vulin. But yeah, they are one of your dormants. They just go, hi, welcome to your dorm. I snuck some extra cheeses in case you like them.
Oh, I do like those. Thank you.
Here you are. And you see they hand you they break a block of cheese in half and hand one to you and just chew on some themselves. You're generally not they don't want you to bring food in the dorms, but that's not explicitly against the rules.
Gotcha.
But yeah, see, they've just brought you some
Yeah.
little cheeses.
Have you heard about this whole tournament thing?
Oh, I very excited. I'm joining with some other students.
Oh, I've been thinking about it. Do you know where you go to register for that?
They said it was at breakfast. We register. We sign our names on paper. Not true
Eh,
names. They made that clear. I will not give a true name.
of course, yes. All right. Thanks. Thanks for the cheese.
Thank
Did
you.
you need help with anything tonight?
No. I am going to. I'm going to sneak out later. Please do not tell teachers.
Secret's safe. I'm just gonna go read my book and pretend I heard nothing.
Yes, there is. Some of students are going to give me extra books. I have to go
Uh,
with them at midnight. It is past
what?
curfew.
That sounds kind of suspicious.
One of the seniors, the 6 years, they said they give me extra books. His name was I do not remember. Jason. He gave me extra
Wow.
books.
Do I know that name, Jason?
Um, there are a couple of 6 year Jasons. None that I think you would know immediately.
Oh, okay.
Unless,
Um.
yeah, because you didn't see Will Rhett's conversation with one of the Jasons. So,
That guy's name is Jason. Who?
yes, Jason Crow was who you were talking to, Will Rhett.
Narc.
But yeah, you personally don't know any Jason. There's one Jason who's not a 6 year but a 5th year, who is a wizard in one of your classes. So maybe that one, but
Is
you don't know any
my
6 years.
is my roommate wearing any armor?
No. So they are also, your roommate is also a wizard, so they usually don't wear any armor. They wear pretty soft clothes made of flower petals and roses. They usually wear they still wear the school uniform as a top, and then pants, and uniform pants, and then over that they've got a little rose petal skirt that they wear, and then their jacket has little flowers growing along the side of it. Little bits of baby's breath.
They sound very cute. I'm going to
They're very
tap
tiny and
tap them
adorable.
on the shoulder. I'm just going to give you a little protective charm, if that's all right.
Oh, yes, would love.
Okay,
I cannot. And you see that they try and look at their own hands, and you see magic sparks to life, and I cannot do protection. I'm
that's very
sorry.
concerning. No, it's fine. I'll just cast mage armor on them.
As I go, oh, you see a little highlighted flowers petal, all of the petals along their arms highlight and glow for a moment, and then shimmer down, and they go, oh, thank you, I am so pretty.
You are very pretty and hopefully very safe.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes, I will be safe.
Well, okay. Feel free to grab me if you need anything.
I will bring you secret books. I know you like to read. So
I
I will
do, I
show
do.
you. I will show you secret books later.
Yes, if you do get a hold of some books, I would love to see them.
Yes. You see they go, okay, and then they just sort of lay in their bed and close their eyes and go, shh, I am asleep.
Yes, I am going to read.
They are very adorable. They're pretty small, about 1 foot tall. Face is just covered in freckles, but looking at them, they're not actually freckles. They're little flower buds all along their face. And their hair is made of flowers, actually. Fully, it just looks like overlaying violet petals. So, okay, and then they just kind of lay down and take a quick little nap before they sneak out.
All right. I hope they'll be okay.
I feel like they're gonna get mugged.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to get hazed or something.
This 1 inch fairy is about to get just ruined.
There goes your roommate. You'll never see him again.
You'll never see your roommate again.
This is some Carmela bullshit. Your new
The other
roommate will be a
two.
vampire.
Yes. Eugene, you pop in and you do see your roommate Danny is already in their bed. They're underneath a pile of stuffed animals. Just fully, just a mound of stuffed animals, and then like a hand sticking out underneath it. As they just go, yeah, they do exactly that. They just go, Just the
Right.
hand moves, no, nothing
Hi.
else.
Hi. Bye. Just go in bed. Fall asleep.
Yep. And then you will you. It's a little harder for the Marshall students to get roommates. You still have one, but it's not fun to usually spend time with them. Your roommate, I believe, is where is their name? Um,
It's Liz.
it's Liz. No, it was Hal.
Hal Jordan.
No, Hal of the Jourdain.
Uh huh.
He's
Perfect.
a pretty good. He is a fighter. He's an Eldritch Knight fighter, which you remember when he started here and he was a plain fighter and then learned magic as he went along, which has tanked his reputation with General Weimer.
Right.
But you remember he was definitely a very excited student who, when he first popped in, was like, "I'm excited to learn how to fight." And then once he learned how to use magic and fight, he loves it. His classes are maybe not the best.
Is he in there right now in our room?
Yeah. So you see, he is like putting away he's like putting away his sword and like making sure all of his armor is properly set up for the morning classes.
Cool.
So he
Huh.
goes, "Oh, hi, hey, what's you good? I saw you got like pulled aside or whatever."
Yeah, nothing more about it.
All right. You sure? You you sure you're not like General's not working you too hard, right?
Nah, nothing I can't take.
Okay. If you like need to not be in his class, you can just tell a teacher. They'll let you do other classes.
Uh, I mean, he's kind of the sponsor for my scholarships, so
I'm sure it's someone else. Okay, yeah, that part might make it hard.
yeah. Nah, I'm good. I promise.
Okay. Just I'll see you training tomorrow?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna get up early.
Okay. You good on those morning classes? I know you see you usually like leave early.
Yeah. I mean, I just go run some stuff on my own.
Okay. Um, you doing that whole tournament thing?
Yeah. Are you?
Gonna try. I mean, free wish spell. I don't even
Okay.
I don't even know what to do with it.
I know it's kind of wild to actually give it to a bunch of kids.
It feels a little dangerous. I'm kind of glad they won't let the first years do it.
Oh, it's for sure irresponsible for any
I
child to do it.
The primaries definitely can't. You know, like, so first years are usually the 11 to 12. Primary is any student younger than 11 who has magic that needs to go to school. There are a couple of kids who are like 5 years old who are like, hey, their magic's a little too volatile and they have to learn how to control it.
Yeah. I mean,
There's a
hell
5 year
no, the
old
primaries. I
wild
mean,
magic.
first years shouldn't have it either. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad they're. I mean, honestly, second years maybe shouldn't either, but
my little brother was like, I just want a really dope carriage. And I was like, yeah, that's a good use for a wish spell kid.
yep, definitely gonna get a carriage that I could have just bought with regular money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just wish for a bunch of money, and then you can get whatever the fuck you want.
Just, if you wish for more money than the carriage, you can buy the carriage and
And
have money.
still have more money. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe don't give it to the first years.
Nah, nah. But yeah, I think I got a crew. Don't know how the
Nice.
general's gonna feel about it, but
Want they magic?
it feels irresponsible not to go with the little
I
magic.
mean, if you don't have any magic going on, you're not gonna make it through this tournament.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I don't even. I just most of the classes where you have to fight people. Trying to fight a wizard with a sword is great until he melts your sword. And then what do you
Right.
do with it? I guess I'll punch him. And
Beat
then
him with melted sword.
and then you try and punch the wizard, and then they freeze you in place, and you're like, I mean, I guess I'm just stuck here. I lost the fight.
I mean, that's kind of why you always carry multiple weapons. And I'm just going to start unloading. So, like, I take my great axe off, and then I take a dagger, and then two separate hand axes, and some javelins. Just
He
like,
goes, I mean, yeah, or you could get any points his sword, which is like a glow. It's like a slightly um coppery sword, and the hilt is like bandaged in black with a green emerald right at the center, and it kind of like pulses and glows. And he's like, or you get a magic one that can't be melted,
That too.
and then that's not a concern anymore. Like that can't be melted, can't be stolen from me. Talks to me in my head sometimes whenever there's danger. It's
I
pretty
feel like
good.
an object shouldn't talk to you, my
Ah, it
dude.
does. It just makes like a noise whenever someone's trying to sneak up and kill me.
Oh, okay.
So I mean,
Is it just
it
like a
doesn't just
really
make
loud?
noise in general.
Is it just a really loud, obnoxious hey?
No, it's like a little like it sounds like someone turning on like a candle, like flicking a light on like a lantern or something.
Oh, like a click?
Not yeah, kind of like fire, but more
Oh,
mechanical.
interesting.
It's weird. I can't make the noise. It just makes it in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
then yeah, it does that whenever someone's trying to sneak up and kill me in my sleep, so that I wake up. No one gets to kill me in my sleep. Uh, can't be melted.
Probably good.
Nobody can take it away from me. Like if it's in my hand and they rip it out, it just comes right back to me.
Well, maybe one day after
Pretty
school
cool
I can
sword.
get some magic
Yeah,
weapons.
you can go if you make friend. The blacksmith kids are always trying to give people weapons just because they need extra credit.
Yeah. Uh, I couldn't really carry it with me,
That's fair. Yeah,
so
get
I'll
get
just
one that
stick with
looks like a
my.
regular one. Don't get a glowing one. That's definitely gonna show its magic. Get like a non-glowy one.
I feel like the general kind of knows.
I mean, if he knows, then that's magic, right? I learned how to do that. It's detect. It's a spell. It's called detect magic, and that's how you know if there's magic.
Shit,
That's magic. If you know that there's magic around, then you're using magic.
that's true. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I got some friends I want to join with, and
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get some friends. Maybe see if we can get in, get a wish spell.
yeah, man.
Yeah. Good luck. I hope. I mean, I hope we make it to like the final whatever. I don't want to fight you, really, but
I don't want to fight you either, but like if I do, I hope I kick your ass. No
I mean, Sam,
offense.
I'm gonna. It's no taking. I also hope I kick your ass, not in like a friendly way, in like
Yeah,
a
like a friendly way, friendship
like
kicking ass.
exactly. Like I just want to win. I don't. It's not
Yeah,
against you. I just like winning.
no, like I want to fucking kill you, but like
I get
as
it.
friends.
Listen. You don't have a sword that tells you if I'm gonna stab you in your sleep. I'll just do it in your sleep.
Perfect.
There we
Love
go.
it.
Night.
Glad we had this conversation.
He goes night, bro.
No, man.
It goes to bed.
Yep. I will go ahead
It's
and
two chats.
get my shit together. Uh, and go to bed myself. Like not even like blinking an eye at the fact that my roommate said he's just gonna stab me in my sleep. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
He's not. He's never hurt you in your sleep. He's
No.
definitely drawn on you in your sleep.
Oh, and I've done it to him.
You've both done the like. Oh, well, he's asleep and I have a sharpie. So what am I to do? But
Okay.
exactly, he's got a mustache now. No reason why. It just says
Nope.
the word dummy. It's just dumbass right on his forehead.
I did some like Mulan like paint on his face, so he
Hmm.
looks like the matchmaker from Mulan.
Yep. So yeah, you guys all go to sleep. You have a pretty uneventful night. No spooky dreams, nothing like that. You guys are normal students at a school. No scary dreams.
Do I hear my roommate come back at all?
Were you keeping an eye out for them coming back or for them leaving?
Oh, see, I really do want a long rest, but let me see. Yeah, no, I'm worried about this little fairy, so I'll just take a short rest, like when they leave,
Hmm.
and then spend the rest of the night fretting unless they come back.
Oh, you do hear they come back. So they said they were leaving at midnight. So you do have 2 hours to take a short rest, or at least part of your long rest, if you would like.
Okay, yeah, I'll take the part of the rest, and then if they come back at a decent time, then I'll continue sleeping.
So yeah, they leave it around. You hear them leave it around midnight. And they don't show up until around 3 a.m. In which you hear they're as quiet as possible, as there's just tiny tiptoes into the room. click. Door. You just hear like the shuffling of like someone taking off their clothes and shoes and then just crawling into bed. You do hear like the tiniest sniffle.
Aw. And I don't hear them set down any books.
Nope, you do not hear the sound of books. They just seem to walk into the room. Do you know if someone's mage armor is being used?
I don't think so. It doesn't mention anything about that in the spell.
Okay. So yeah, no, you don't hear the sound of books or anything. You just hear them kind of sneak back in, quietly crawl into bed and give like a tiny sniffle,
Aw.
and then just
Well,
curl up.
at least they made it back to bed, so I'll get the rest of my long rest after that.
I'll give you, yeah, you get a full long rest.
Okay.
But yeah, then it is the next day. As you each wake up, Eugene, your roommate, is already gone. It is weird. You've never seen them actually enter or leave your dorm. They are just in it or not there. You're unclear. You think they might be like sinking through the mass of stuffed animals. You've never seen them in any classes. You've never seen them anywhere but this like loose hand under a pile of stuffed animals. You're half
Sounds about
certain
right.
they might be a pile of stuffed animals holding on to a severed hand. Unclear what's going on.
Unclear. Who knows?
Wilret, you wake earliest to get to your morning
Yep.
routines. The minute you get onto the Coliseum, it is drills, drills, drills. General Weimer does look at you and is just like watching you as you do the drills. He's already up and standing like on the field when you get there, not looking at you, but directly at the rising sun.
I will do a morning jog to get there. Like I will jog there
Okay.
to warm up. I'm also not surprised. I want to try and do these drills without blinking as much as possible.
Yeah, he is definitely not blinking as he stares at the sun.
Yeah, this guy's fucking wild.
Cornelius, you wake up. I will say in this group the last, or at least around the same time as Eugene. But both of you wake up after Wilret.
All right. Is my roommate still in bed?
Yeah, they're just curled up on their bed, just on their side, facing the wall. So
Are
both
they
of your beds are
asleep?
like, you let me make a perception check.
15.
TM rolls, I hate them. 8. Stealth. They're definitely not asleep. You can see that they're doing, those like short breaths you do after you've cried,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
just like just like the little shaky short breaths. So just like,
Good morning.
uh, yes, good morning. They don't turn their head. They're still facing away from you.
Did you want me to tell your teachers you're sick today?
Yes, if you could. I am not feeling well. I will go for no, I will go for classes. It's fine. And you see they sit up, and as they turn to you, they've got like a tiny little black eye.
Oh dear.
I'm fine.
Hey, who the fuck we fighting?
Who did you meet last night?
I met with older boy. His name is Jason. He said he would give me books. He said he would give me stuff for a lesson, and I thought it was books, but I think it was a different kind of lesson.
Oh, that's awful. I think there's more than one Jason. What did they look like?
He was older student. He wore all white robes and had blonde hair. He sort of. I thought he would teach me about flying. He said he would show me that, because he sort of glides and I cannot fly, even though I have wings. But that was not what happened. So.
I can see that. If you want to sleep in, I can sneak you out some breakfast.
No, it's fine. I have to do the sign up. So I have to go to breakfast.
Right.
It's fine.
Right.
Maybe, or maybe I should not do a tournament. It maybe is bad for me. I'm not very strong. But thank you also for protection. It helped. He could not. I Well, I tripped, and it was hit my eye, and the armor helped it not hit the rest of me. So,
Oh, I'm glad it helped. Sorry, I couldn't do more.
no, it's fine. I'm going to go to sleep now.
Yeah, you go to sleep. I'll bring you breakfast.
Oh, that is nice. Thank you. And you see they just turn over and like roll back over on their side to sleep.
All right, I will head to breakfast and hope I see my new friends there.
Yeah. So I'm assuming Eugene, after you wake up, what are you? Or do you head straight to breakfast, or do you head somewhere else?
I'm heading straight to breakfast.
And then Will, right? You woke up earlier, so I'm guessing after your drills.
Once I'm dismissed, I'll head to breakfast.
As you are getting dismissed, so like once your drills are over, you do see before you leave, the general stops you and he goes, "You doing that tournament?"
Yes, sir. I would like to.
No, I'm not a huge fan of magic, you know that, but a spell like Wish only comes around once in a lifetime. You,
Uh,
you,
yes.
you try using it for something good. Maybe get rid of some magic out there.
Uh, I feel like I'd be remiss to not suggest that the best way to win this is if I have magic to help me.
Well, you don't. I mean, listen, these fancy smanchy magic kids don't know a sword from a
They
sheep. Don't know
don't.
a sword from a. I don't know a sword from anything. What other things are swords? Um, a
A sword
s-
from a great axe?
yeah, a sword from a great axe. I was gonna. I couldn't remember the word. What's the spear? That's what I couldn't
There
remember.
you go.
Wouldn't know a sword from a spear. You might be able to get around with no magic if you just quick 1-2, knock them right out.
I agree, but it might behoove me to have some backup because there's not a lot of only martial people here that you can actually trust to not fuck up.
Uh, can't argue with that.
So I
But
could always use some magic users and then, you know, take a wish spell for myself.
you keep it just for you. You don't let them have any of it.
Exactly.
Listen, they're already gonna do their fancy smanchy magic. They don't need more.
Right.
Besides, if you win,
But
you can get
they
rid
don't
of
have
it.
to know that. Exactly. So it wouldn't matter either way.
Yeah. All right, get out there, champ. Make sure
Yes,
you
sir.
win.
I will do my best, sir.
And then he lets you go off to breakfast.
I'm gonna go to breakfast.
This man's just low key a villain.
I think this man just told me to commit a war crime.
Get rid of magic. What's you're gonna wish for? No magic. You're gonna pull a House of M. No more mutants. Just
Exactly. No more. Um, yes, I'll go ahead and head.
But yeah, I'll say you all get to breakfast at around the same times. You all see each other as you walk up to the dining hall, known as Bitwiki Hall.
Do we also see the sign up area?
Yeah, so there is a little table right outside of the doorway, which has like a little piece of paper and a pen, or well, and a quill for students who. You see, there are a couple of students who every time someone goes in, they either pause and write their name or see if their name's already been written, and then walk inside.
Gotcha. I'll make note of where that is.
Yeah, you see, looking at just like a quick glance shows that it has name. It gives you a group for like not just your name but like party, so it separates it into each groups where like instead of one name you're writing in the name for a party, and then each person puts a check next to their name. So the check part seems, and you see that some people are trying to check off things, but it's not checking. So you think it might be require a little bit of magic and or consent, like someone had to agree to be in the group.
Hmm.
But you can write anyone's name in, but if there's no check, it doesn't count.
Gotcha.
Um, I don't know who's gonna get there first.
I say you all get there at around the same time.
I'll kind of hang by the like sign up area for them.
Good morning.
Hey,
Morning.
morning. We gonna do this?
I guess we are.
Do we have a group name?
Um,
Oh, no.
uh,
Did we want a group name?
team. Oh, no, that's dumb.
Well, what is it? I'm sure it's not dumb.
Well, if we need a mascot to rally behind, it's Team Thursday.
That's your cat, right?
Mhm. And
Well,
she's probably on my shoulder.
that works for me.
She's just
Sure.
like perched on your shoulder. She's doing a little like purrs right into your ear. She's giving like little like the soft baby purrs, but for you it sounds like actual purring in your ear. Everyone else just hears like bones rattling.
I love it. I'd
Hmm.
probably give like a little nudge in, just like,
It's just a little like thing where like cats just rub their whole face against yours. She's like, ah.
it's.
Probably not comfortable because it's just bone.
It's a little rough,
I've gotten used to it.
but yeah, you're used to this by now.
Um, Team Thursday.
Team Thursday.
Sure, Team Thursday,
Alrighty, so
Are
you each
we?
write that down.
including. I'm gonna write Salem's name on there too, despite us not having talked to them yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, it won't count
If
until they
she
check.
consents to
Yeah.
being on the team, then it'll work out.
And what was that, Mackie? I think I cut you off.
Oh no, just the same thing to make sure Salem's name was on there too.
Alrighty, yeah, so you guys put your name in there. You do see that there are a couple of other groups already on there. Some people haven't come up with group names, and others have group names already written down on there. They're just to get. There's the Brotherhood of the Pyromaniacs, which is a little concerning for you. Sacred Flame
Hmm.
Sisters.
I don't like the pyromaniacs.
That's a little worrisome.
Sacred
Um, I think it's pretty typical for wizards. Really, a lot of them are a little fireball happy.
I will say, Cornelius, you do recognize a couple of those names as they are evocation wizards.
Not surprised at all.
So you're like, they might actually just only know how to use fire for magic. But yeah, Sacred Flame Sisters. There's one that's called the Moth Crew.
Hmm.
And then there's one that you see that says True Selves, and it's got Fern, Elwyn, and Izar.
Hmm.
And they each have a little check next to their name.
That's cute.
Do
Cool.
I see any of the Jasons on there?
You do. You see the one Jason who is like in your grade and is also a wizard, who is on there with a check mark, and then you see a couple of other Jasons. So there are about 3 Jasons. There's one in your class, just because they're all spelled differently. I'll say that at least. Jason, so Jason, is a 4th-year wizard, divination wizard, who is you've seen him every now and then. He looks like a nervous wreck constantly because his powers manifested. He's an actual seer who is taking divination classes to make that easier on himself. And every now and then when he's walking around, you'll see him just pause and whisper an omen and then walk off.
Oh dear.
He's having a whole thing going on. So that's one of the Jasons. You see he is in the crew. He's also signed in there, and it says that group's name is Eyeballs for Life. And it eyeballs the number 4 and then life Lyfe. There's another Jason, who is Jayson, who is a cleric who is part of what was it? What was the name of it? The Moth Crew, who's written into the Moth Crew. They're a cleric of undead cleric. They have huge like moth wings that they have. They are part fae, and they have like actual just moth wings that sprout out of their back. And then there is one more Jason in a group without a name yet, who is one of the 6 years. And is paired up with a couple of other 6 years, excuse me. And that is Jasion. Jason Crow. I looked for the most annoying spellings of Jason I could. But yeah, so there are three
Got it.
Jasons written down. One is a 4th year, one's a 5th year, one's a 6th year.
Gotcha.
Um, once we're all signed up, I'll head in and
You have
do
Yeah.
the usual.
I'm gonna grab a little extra food than I normally do,
Yep.
so I can bring some food to my roommate.
Breakfast is lavish as usual, but with more meat options. There is like a little train made out of bacon that's going around the entire table. And inside of the little cups of bacon are like sausages, eggs, cheese. There's like a little cheese boat on the bacon train.
I have a question. Do they have that really nice, fancy biscuits and gravy?
Yes, they do.
Fuck yeah, that's all I'm getting. Just an entire plateful.
They've got fancy biscuits and gravy. They've got an egg Benedict on an English muffin with
Hmm.
like that, like I forget what, a bechamel egg sauce. Just what I listen. If I could live in a world where I could make magic enchanted food, I would thrive.
I'll kind of see that Cornelius is grabbing a bunch of extra food and be like, "Are you hungry today?" Or
Um, n- no. Well, I was gonna talk to you guys about it once we sit down. I need to
oh,
bring food to my roommate.
okay,
Are they sick?
Kinda.
okay.
They may have got bullied last night.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To say who did it?
Um,
Well,
someone named Jason with they dress in white and long, I think, blonde hair.
Yes,
Uh huh. I
they
know
have
who they're
blonde
talking
hair, blue
about.
eyes.
Oh, you do know. See, I was hoping someone knew.
Yeah, they. I had a conversation with them yesterday.
well,
Looks like they're gonna have another conversation with me.
Oh, is this your
um,
mark, as you put it?
Yeah.
do you need help?
I mean, I don't want to get you guys in trouble because, well, they're on
I mean,
probation.
yesterday, Pun said I had something that what was like an opposite of a detention when I helped bring the teacher over when Salem had that fight. So maybe that'll account for something, and we won't.
Yes, if you need someone to narc a narc, we could do that.
That is true.
I might need you guys actually. That might be a good idea. Because if they get caught using magic outside of sanctioned areas and times, they won't graduate.
Well, that's never happened before.
Right. So if I can get them mad enough to start using magic against me, you guys go get a teacher, get them caught.
Uh, okay.
I can probably hold on long enough for you guys to get someone there.
It would have to be somewhere that there's a teacher regularly available. Also, the bullying thing wouldn't be enough on its own.
Oh,
Probably not.
yeah, I'm not sure if we have much proof.
Our word against their word.
Okay. Um. Then how do we want to go about this?
Well, could always just pick a fight with them. I can risk getting on probation once,
Uh, um. Okay.
but pick a fight. They start using magic against me. Make sure there's a teacher there.
Yeah, that's gonna get you in trouble too, though, right?
Probably a little bit, but
Not if you're coming to the aid of a classmate in trouble. If you just keep it mainly about the whole situation with the bullying, then maybe you can, work it in your favor.
yeah, but I'd probably have to attack them first. They know they're on thin ice. They're not just gonna go attack someone out in broad daylight.
But what if you say you know what they did, and then you threaten them in that way, which makes them angry enough to attack you?
That's a good idea. I like that. We'll have to do it between classes because we're not supposed to use magic between classes.
Oh, okay.
Right. Or does it is very are they not allowed to use magic on lunch breaks too? Then
So the rules are you're allowed to use magic if it's for like betterment. You're not allowed to use magic for fighting. You're also just not allowed to fight, technically. But they specifically also have rules because some students will say, well, magic fighting isn't fighting. So it is mainly a requirement that you cannot use magic for fighting. But you could, like, if you cast Unseen Servant outside of class hours because you left your book in your dorm, no one's going to give you detention for that. It's more on the, if you
Gotcha.
cast Eldritch Blast at another student, fully detention. Like, there's no way around that. It's more no fighting, and then magic in relation to fighting.
So, I mean, I could
Or
always pick
ruining
a
someone
fight.
else's day.
Could always pick a fight, get in trouble. But if he uses against me, I won't use magic against him.
correct, because you don't use magic. Well, it seems risky, but I am rather upset about what happened. So
Yeah, we don't stand for that kind of shit here.
Alrighty. So then what? So you guys are, as you are concocting your plan, I will say breakfast ends. And you will have, as breakfast is ending, you do hear a ding ding soft chime in your head. And go, attention students, thank you for signing up for the Blaze Guard tournament. The reception has been lovely. Now, I have been brought some concerns by some students that the Blaze Guard tournament has historically been very dangerous and students may or may not have died during participation. I can assure you that will not be happening. We will have clerics on standby with a revivify in case anyone needs it. So, if you die, please have your team members flag down a professor so you can be brought back. It'll be a life-changing experience, I'm sure. Enjoying the changes of your own mortality. And for those students who have signed up and have agreed to join the tournament, training will begin at the end of the day after lunch, so you will no longer have your after lunch classes. You will instead be training each day after lunch in preparation for the tournament. Now, training will be up to you on however you feel it best to prepare yourself for this kind of tournament. Information will be handed out at lunch in pamphlets. Enjoy the rest of your breakfast. Toot toot.
Oh,
wow, nice of them to tell us all that afterwards.
Yeah, it's good to know.
You can see a couple of students are like immediately getting up and walking towards the sheet to like cross their names out. Like, absolutely not.
I mean, they said technically they'd have people there, so like, we'll be fine. Unless this isn't something you want to take a risk, and you don't have to do this. Looking definitely towards Eugene.
I mean, Pun's patron's kind of like it's a whole thing. Death isn't like that scary. I mean, it's very scary, and I don't want you guys to go through it, but like at the same time, I don't think it's gonna really affect me that much. It's gonna affect me a little bit, but like not as much as you guys. And I don't know.
Okay.
That was a very conclusive answer.
When is the time to rescind your applications?
Probably this afternoon, I'd guess.
Uh, um, uh, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know where Ponchas is right about now?
He would be eating breakfast in the professor's cafeteria, which is the building right next to yours.
I'm gonna go ask him a thing. I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I might bring this food to my roommate in that time.
Okay. I'll see you guys at
Uh,
the
your first
class.
class of the day that you all share is mathematics. You have math this morning.
Oh god, I think I might
I'll
get detention
see
before
you
then.
all at math.
Yeah, totally.
Yep. See you at math.
Okay. I'll let you know at math if I rescind us or not.
Yeah, don't feel like you have to do this. It's not expected of you. Your just choice matters, my friend.
Yeah, but so does yours.
Well,
We'll
don't
figure it
use
out.
me to hold you down. I'm just offering to help because you guys are my friends.
Yeah, Cornelius said.
Okay. Uh, um, I'll see you at math, and I dash out.
Yeah, so Eugene fully dashes. Before I cut to you, Eugene, what are you two going to do?
Is Narc Jason in here?
Yes, he is sitting at the table with the Rebecca's friends. You still don't see her, but you don't know if that's because she like is still in detention or if she was just like put on probation and couldn't come eat breakfast, or you're not exactly sure why she's not here. I guess is the point, but he's doing that like sketchy thing where senior dudes will hang out with like sophomores, and you're like that
Gross.
feels uncomfortable for everyone involved.
It's gross. Um, I'll just kind of look back to Cornelius. So, when do you think we should enact our plan?
There used to be teachers not too far off, so I can get there quick enough. But lunchtime, maybe.
There's no teachers in the lunch area with us, right?
No, so teachers have their own lunch hall
And
separate
it's
from the students.
farther away.
It's not
You said it
super
was
far
next
because you,
door, right?
yeah, it is next door because Eugene is
Okay.
running over there right now.
Okay.
It is the building next. So the professors, their dorms are not. They have like their own rooms and then dormitory, and then at the center of it is a really like nice open courtyard with a small restaurant inside of it that they
Okay.
get to eat at separately from the students.
That's nice.
They just don't eat with kids because they don't want to.
Yeah, let's maybe figure out doing lunch or right
Okay.
before lunch. Maybe try and get him in like closer to the teacher's area if we see him.
Sounds good. I'll try to get more information from my roommate when I bring them
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea.
Right. And just as a heads up, your schedule is math, and then you each have your separate classes, and then lunch, and then you would have classes in the afternoon, but they seem to have been canceled. So it is
Okay.
math, and then your specialty courses.
Cool. All right. Well, if Cornelius is gonna go deliver food, um, I'll just like hang there. Keep an eye on this Jason dude.
Definitely.
All
Can
right.
you? Yes. So Cornelius, you're heading off then with your breakfast or extra breakfast.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak the extra food out to go back to my roommate and give him the promised food.
Perfect. So yeah, you sneak. I mean, yeah, you sneak out pretty easily, and you still have breakfast is maybe the longest meal, just because there's no set time. It's just kind of in the morning. Um. So yeah, you sneak out, and you're able to get back to your dorm. And once you enter, you do see that Vulen is still there. Although, oh, ow, why did my throat hurt? Although they are not curled up in their bed anymore, they are now like sitting down at the little like dormitory desk,
Mm.
and they are flipping through some homework.
Oh, you're up.
Yeah, yes, I did not want to lay in bed and be sad. Um, so I thought I would sit and share instead.
Good idea. I brought you breakfast.
Oh, that thing you did not have to. Thank you. Um, you see, they take the little plate from you and set it in front of them, and they pick out a little bits of like cheese and fruit. They do not eat meats, unfortunately, but it is just
Well,
vegetables and fruits
at
and
this
dairy.
point, I probably know that, so I
Yeah,
just brought them.
yeah, you know
Yeah.
that. They don't eat meat. They do eat eggs and the like. They just don't eat like hard meats.
Oh, then
But
I
the
definitely would have grabbed them some like quail eggs.
yeah, so they eat like egg and fish, but no like beef or pork or chicken or anything like that.
Mm.
But yeah, so
Gotcha.
they are taking little bites out and they go, "Thank you for food. I will. I heard announcement happen, so I will go to lunch, and then after lunch I will tell my friends I cannot do a tournament anymore. So
Yeah, that's too bad. But I'm trying to get an investigation together about this fellow who, tricked you.
oh
Did
no,
is
it's my fault. I did not understand. I common is not first language. I am learning still, but he said lesson. I thought it meant book, but it meant different lesson.
yeah, no, he took advantage of you. Um, so if you could just tell me anything about what happened,
Ah,
so I can continue
oh,
this
is
investigation.
my fault. I so we met at to go get books near the airship docks, and he said it's okay that we go there even though it's not supposed to. I gave he said I gave him my money for books, and then he took my money and he said well it wasn't for books, it was for a lesson, and then my lesson was that I am not supposed to come to the school, and then
Wait, not supposed to come to the school?
no, I correct words were people like me should not be here. So that was lesson. And
Uh,
then
but
yeah.
your teacher was very bad. You're allowed to be here, just so you know.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought yes, definitely that was not true, but then I said well I'm supposed to be here. I did very well on test and got to go to school because I'm not the best at magic, but when I can do it, it's very good. And then I told him he was mean, and he said I was dumb, and then he kicked me, and then I bit his ankle. And then he yelled at me, and then someone started coming, so he pushed me, and then I fell, and then I hid because I did not want to get in trouble for being near the docks. And then I came back to dorm, so I did not get book, unfortunately.
Oh, don't worry about the book. I don't think there was ever going to be a book. So he didn't cast any magic or anything
No,
against
he
you.
just hit me.
He just touched you. That's not very nice either.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think he could use magic. I'm too small for his big magic with sword. That would kill me if he used big sword on me. He's
That
bigger than
that
I am.
would indeed be a problem.
But no, he just hit me. That is fine. I hit him back. I bit him.
A good job.
Yes. You can see they like reveal their teeth because they have just rows of all sharp, jagged teeth. They've got like fruit bat teeth where they're all completely sharp, but it's for shredding up fruit, not fruit flesh. Um, and so they're like, yeah, I
Oh.
bit him. It hurt a lot. I'm sure. I have bitten people before. They do not like it.
So then we have a bite to prove that all of this is indeed true.
Oh yes, there'll probably be bite on
On my ankle.
ankle. Fairy bites cannot be healed. Once you
Oh,
bite, you are bitten until you get healed by a fairy. And most fairies do not heal fairy bites because what did you do to get bitten? Fairies don't
that's
usually
true.
bite. We don't like meat. And blood tastes bad. Unless you are unseelie, in which case you might like that.
Yeah, I think some people do. All right. Well, I have to get to class, but
Yes.
thank you and enjoy your breakfast. I
Thank
will
you
tell your
for
teachers
breakfast.
that you're sick. But you
Thank
just
you.
take the day. You just take the day off.
Yes, I will be sick until lunch, and then I will not be sick anymore.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, I am going to eat. And you see, they just kind of go back to like eating like soft cheese and fruit. Yeah. So they do have jagged teeth, but it's mainly like I don't know if you've ever seen fruit bats when they eat. Their teeth are purely sharp so that they can get better like bites into fruit. So it's a little like weird just to see because you've never seen someone with such sharp teeth eat only vegetables and fruit. But yeah, they just chow down on their breakfast and start doing like the homework they didn't do last night because they were asleep or out.
All right. I will head to class then.
Perfect. And now we will cut to Eugene.
Ah,
So you ran out real quick to go find Pontius.
the professor's.
The professors have so you Pontius has told you, even though you're not supposed to know where the professors eat because that's generally not something they tell students. Pontius kind of just let it slip because he was like, if you ever need me, you can find me here. Which is the professors have their own lunch hall that is inside of their dormitory technically. They have their own courtyard and like a professionally chefed restaurant inside of there that is separate from the students. So instead of a full regular cafeteria, they have like personal chefs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they don't. There's no one to stop you from going in there.
I don't go all the way in. I only head to about the courtyard, and then I send Thursday in to find him
Okay.
and order not to bite this time.
Yeah. So after Thursday, you send her in, and she disappears into one of the rooms. After about 5 minutes, he does come back, and he's just sort of like, "Hey, what's What are you? Are you? You're not. It's like an emergency. You're usually not supposed to be in here."
You never said anything about it being deadly.
I mean, most like official magic things are deadly. Your classes are gonna get deadly after about once you hit fifth year or sixth year.
What?
Yeah, you won't die, but it'll definitely hurt. Magic gets like real dangerous. How else do you learn? I mean, sometimes it's usually okay. To be fair, it's usually not dangerous because the magic is actually dangerous. It's more if you like mess up casting a spell and cast it in your own face and it explodes. That just happens sometimes.
I
If you're like really bad at magic and like accidentally like cast a fireball in your face, it happens sometimes.
I but deadly, dangerous.
It's no big deal. They've got professors. They'll keep you alive. Also, you should know if you die, you'll come right back. That's our whole thing.
I don't care. At the same point, I just. I don't want my friends to die.
They'll come back too.
Not like me.
Oh, yeah, not with that, but a teacher will bring them back.
Hmm.
They won't be dead for more. They can't be dead for more than a minute. So, genuinely, someone will. If you're super worried about it, I'll get you a thing. Okay?
The thing.
I'll get you a thing for your friends.
But thing.
Keep them from dying.
It,
I mean, that kind of like ruins the spirit of it, because I guess, okay, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but part of it's supposed to be like this personal journey that you go through where like you die and then face your greatest fears if you do die. So, like, you'll come back. No one's gonna let you die permanently. Can you imagine the lawsuits this school would have to deal with if students died permanently on campus? The school would be shut down forever. Forever. They would never be
it,
back.
it should be if that ever happened.
So, nobody's gonna die permanently. They'll just come back they won't be dead for more than a minute.
Promise.
I mean, yeah, because if they're dead for longer than a minute, then it's permanent. So,
Promise.
promise, yeah. I mean, or if you're really worried about it, make sure you win and use that, whole spell to bring somebody back. No one's gonna die, not permanently.
This was a bad idea. I probably should have asked for Lady Von Stein to be the one to actually come and help me talk to me. You just. Mm,
Yeah, she's really good about the death stuff. She's super chill about it.
yeah. Yeah.
if you want, you can go talk to her before
I,
class.
like you said, I'm
Or
not supposed
hey,
to be
you want me
here.
to go get her for breakfast?
No, no, I'm not supposed to be here.
Ah, she doesn't care. Nobody cares about the rules. Well, a couple people care about. She doesn't care about the rules, and she can hide you better than I could.
Mm,
Do you want me to go? She'll make you feel better. She's usually good at like the emotion stuff, and like if you're scared about dying, she makes it like not scary.
it's not about me dying. Still,
Or
it's
your friends dying. If you're scared about other people dying, she makes it not scary.
I mm, no, no. I'm okay.
Okay. It's no one's gonna be dead for longer than a minute.
Keep saying that. The fact that they're gonna be dead in the first place is also kind of just
I
like.
mean, they also the only they. I mean, I probably have more faith in your friends. I don't think they're gonna die. I think they're pretty like resistant to dying.
Yeah, I, I, I like my friends, and I think that they should be alive, and that they will be alive. But it's,
Uh, listen, your friends are good. They're not gonna. They'll be fine. They're not gonna die. They're pretty strong, and I don't think anyone's gonna kill them. And then they're not gonna die from the tournament because it's pretty standard stuff. And then if they do die, someone will bring them back right away, so they won't even be dead for more than a minute.
because they can't. Okay, Thursday, and I just hold out my hands.
Yeah. He's like, see, Thursday's dead, and you love her.
I just pick her up and I just you leave my you leave my dead cat out of this.
All right. You know, I'm gonna go back to breakfast. You're worried about nothing. If they're dead, they'll be back, and if they don't die, then they just don't die.
You're the worst.
Thank you.
And I'm to go.
Yep. And he just like watches you as you leave. He's not the brightest. He's not the
He's
sharpest
not.
tool in the shed. He's not that smart. He's not that good at that.
He is dumb.
He big himbo. He's he 8 intelligence. He
I love.
and then final thing, you will Rhett. You said you were sticking in the dining hall to keep an eye on Jason.
Yeah.
And then I was rolling some checks. So you see, so Jason, yeah, seems to be hanging around a couple of those fourth year girls, Rebecca's friends, which again just it just strikes you as
Creepy.
gross. It's the creepy. He's fully 18, and they're fully
Creepy.
15 to 16. It's very much on the sir. Gross.
Yeah.
But you also do spot that Lucian and Burns are not sitting next to each other. They're not sitting together.
Who is Bird sitting with?
Burns, I mean, they're sitting at the same table. But
Okay.
Lucian seems to have had his spot taken by, Toma. One of the little tiefling girls who was of the tiefling twins who was sitting there. She seems to be sitting right across from Burns. And they seem to be having a very, like, engaged conversation and not paying attention to Lucian at all. And Lucian seems decidedly unhappy about it. He's literally sitting there. He's just pouting. He's literally sitting in a corner pouting on the side of their table. As you see that Burns and one of the little tiefling girl are just fully engrossed in a conversation. At one point, she like reaches her hands out to grab for Burns, and like they're holding hands over the table as she like does a little like thing with his hands with magic. And Lucian fully stands up, and is like and just walks towards the food table.
Yikes. Drama. Can I try and can I see if I can get Lucian's attention?
What is a check to make? What is the opposite of stealth to get someone to look?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Yeah. Roll
Performance.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Performance?
performance.
Okay.
Just get his attention.
21.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
you're
have a
able to.
+2 with performance, I guess, because I have to have high charisma.
Yeah. So you flag him. You're able to like get his eyes, and he just looks at you, and you can see he seems to be fighting. Like for a brief moment, one of his eyes turns fully red, and then it just goes away. So he seems to be fighting like the urge to just be angry. He goes. He walks over. Yes, can I? Has something wrong? Has something happened?
Has something happened?
No. What would make you think that?
All right, let's not beat around the bush. I've seen the way you follow my brother around.
Yes, we're good friends.
That is what some people would call it.
Can you
You
also make
seem a
some?
little.
Oh,
Yeah.
continue. Can you make a
No, go.
perception check for me while you were saying this?
Yeah. Natural 20 makes it a 20. No, wait,
Well, not
23.
perception, insight, but not 20 still.
A nat 20. I don't have
Uh
any insight.
huh. Okay. So yeah, but continue on with your conversation.
Okay. Um, you look a little upset there.
I'm
Uh,
I mean, I'm fine. I'm happy they have real food now. So maybe it's just you not used to me being happy or excited for that.
has nothing to do with the fact that Burns over there is talking to one of the tieflings and
You see, he just shakes it like for a brief moment. Just it's all fangs. He goes, "What? No, that doesn't make sense. They're having a great time. It's great.
uh-huh.
I love it.
Uh, I bet you do there, kid. I'm smarter than the average bear.
Are you a bear?
Don't worry about that where this saying comes from.
Okay.
But don't I mean Burns really likes you.
Yeah, I mean we're good friends. So,
Right.
uh,
You guys are very good friends and
well,
all because Burns is talking to someone else does not mean they don't care about you.
oh no, I don't think that. I'm real happy that they're close, and he's said Thomas is best friend now, so
Um,
they're working on making the group. They're great.
but with that being said, he doesn't have a lot of friends growing up.
I don't know why people wouldn't be friends with him. He's amazing.
That's a great question. I don't know either. He is pretty awesome.
He's really
But
cool and like smart and handsome and like he's good at everything and like his laugh is great and I just don't know why people wouldn't be friends with him.
I agree. Except for the handsome part, he's my little brother. He's disgusting.
That's
Um,
he's not disgusting.
but you gotta. He's gonna make a lot of friends for
Yeah,
all those
that's
reasons.
yeah, that's great. I'm so happy about it. It's great. I really I want him to have a lot of friends and be like happy with them and hold their hands and say that they're their best friends and that they're pretty and that she's smart. It's great. I love it. I'm so happy they're friends.
You've said that a few times now.
Yeah, I'm just really happy.
Are you?
Uh huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get some food. I feel like hungrier. I'm
Uh-huh.
just gonna go eat.
Just be careful there, kid.
Okay.
All right.
You see, he just kind of wanders off.
Yeah, that kid's gonna freak out and kill someone.
Also, so for your nat 20, I will count that as your insight for the whole of the conversation. You're 98% sure that Lucian doesn't know that he is in love with your brother.
Oh, for sure.
That they're very much on the he doesn't understand why he's so upset at the concept of your brother. Like he seemed genuinely happy at the concept of your brother having more friends. Like he was being very honest that like he's amazing and smart and handsome and I love his laugh. But he's also like I don't understand why that he's happy that because you can tell he was fine the other day when they were sitting at the table with the twins, but something else is different and catching on him saying, "Oh, it's weird that like apparently Burns might have said she was pretty or said something akin
Mm-hmm.
to being her like looking nice and this might have just set him onto like oh god I hate this but he doesn't seem to fully understand why he's upset he just
Yeah,
knows
I'm
that
gonna
he
keep
is
knowing that this is like a feral fae. I'm gonna keep an eye on him,
he
just so
is
he
also
doesn't
yeah 11
lose it by accident,
yeah
just because he doesn't understand what's going on.
but I do will say you do see him for the first time ever in your life pile a plate full of food like mountainously high and is just eating it like no chewing just eating
Oof.
and he's just like just putting
That
food in his
kid
mouth.
is horrifying.
And he goes back to the table and just kind of sits there quietly. And Burns, you do see Burns just go, huh, and like do like a dismissive hi as opposed to
Oh,
actually saying hello.
buddy.
And then go back to, he has not let go of the girl's, who you found name is Toma, her hands. They have been holding
Oof.
hands this whole time across the table. And you see your brother only lets go to like eat food, but they have like a little magical like spark floating over both of their hands.
Oh, this isn't gonna end well.
And your brother is just eating breakfast totally normally. Lucian is just cramming food into his mouth, like staring at the plate, just disassociating.
Oof, this is not gonna end well. Alright. Got to be 11 again and drama.
Don't you miss middle school drama?
I miss this so much.
Middle school drama.
Awesome. And what about Jason?
Jason, he has this whole time. He has not left. You see, he's not. He's done eating, but he is waiting for the girls around him to
Okay.
get up. He moved from sitting at the edge of the table to now sitting in the center of their group, where
Okay.
Rebecca would sit. So he's just vibing with a group of teenage girls.
Gross.
It's a weird one.
Awesome. Okay.
Alrighty. But yeah, I will say breakfast comes to a close, and as you all each, I'm assuming, make your way to your to math class. Make your way. Make your way to math class. That is where we're going to end our session.
Ooh.
Oh, thank God, no math.
Aw.
Math will be next session.
Fuck.
A full math class. We're about to do trigonometry. I'm gonna print out a teacher's lesson, and we're gonna do trig.
Awesome.
I don't
I
know.
should
You know
warn
how-
you, the last time I took a... No, that's a
Wednesday.
lie.
It's been a long time since I've been at school.
Yep.
I mean, I am one of few certified math gays here, so
It's been even longer since I took a math class.
Yep. It's about to be math time, y'all.
math
And
I'm about to be such a heathen. Math was my favorite subject.
Disgusting.
What
Criminal.
the fuck?
Jail. 1,000 years jail.
I was fine with math until I hit university, and then I stopped liking math.
Never. Never liked it.
I can't believe I just got fucking canceled on them Bows and Dragons for liking math.
Yeah, how
Disgusting.
dare you?
To be fair, I did like my freshman year math in high school. We had geometry. And she's like, and my teacher also hated math. And she's like, no, we're going to do cool stuff. Because I don't want you to have to do math.
I used to finish lessons so quickly that I'd have time to read books in between, like, the practice lessons.
Oh, not in math. I couldn't do that.
Gross. I
Criminal.
literally only passed Algebra 2 because we cheated off with the German kid in class. And then my Math 101 class that I took in college, I only succeeded because I found a loophole in most of the assignments because she didn't think things through.
Oh my god.
So I just kept finding a lot of loopholes and she got really mad at me.
See, I was fine in college math. I took statistics, so it was whatever.
I like chemistry math until thermodynamics.
But okay, thank you all for being here.
Thanks for joining our school class.
Thank you
as
for
we
joining
talk about
the class.
class.
We love
I'm
it.
going to go balance some chemical equations.
But alrighty, we love. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week, starting on Saturday for.
Falapillion, the Rat Kingdom saga.
I'm still thinking about whatever that drip was.
I still think my initial thought was centipede, but with the drip, I'm not sure.
I just don't want it. Maybe a cat. That's honestly my biggest
Spider?
concern.
It's
No,
it's
it wouldn't be
literally-
that.
It wouldn't be a spider. It's me.
That's true.
You'll never face a spider in any of my campaigns.
That's right. My mutaton's like, wait, no, it's Liz. It's fine. But yeah, so we'll see you next week on Saturday for Falapillion, and then next Sunday for math class with me at the Liftswon
Hey,
Institute.
Yeah. Everyone have a wonderful week. Thanks for joining us tonight. And we'll catch you on the flip side.
Have a good night.
Y'all know it's coming every time.
I gotta remember to mute Liz. Alrighty. Never. See ya.
Bye.